All right, and we are rolling. So, hey everyone, welcome back to the next episode of The Song of the Wilds.
I have cookies.
Woo!
They're not Mistral cookies, though.
Oh.
I would love Mistral cookies.
I didn't give you any, so of course they're not.
Oh, jeez, ouch.
Oh, shit.
All right, I would first like to wish everyone a late Merry Christmas. It has been... Hopefully everyone had a wonderful holidays, whatever it is that you all happen to celebrate and or worship and such. And we have an Eden and an Atarax.
Hi, guys.
Hi guys, and a kitty.
Hi, guys.
And a Gilligan.
And a
Hey
kitty.
guys.
Alrighty.
Hey, you guys.
So yes, this is going to be the final session of the year, because next session it will be after New Year's, and then we will officially have our first session of 2021.
Which I'm sure you never imagined would happen, did you, Evan?
No. I'm constantly shocked that we've lasted this long. That we've consistently had like a regular schedule every week with some exceptions here and there.
Right.
Like this is honest. This is the dream come true of all dungeon masters, and I could not be more thankful for you guys. Anywho, so I want to get us all started, because I know unfortunately some of us won't be able to stay through the entire session. Class, I know Thank you for letting me know of your new work schedule.
Yeah, I'm getting it sorted out soon.
Yeah, not a problem. We will do our best to make sure that everyone is accommodated here, while at the same time making sure that everything is fair for everyone and not just for one person as well. But if this is just going to be a temporary thing, that's good. Just keep us posted about that. So, before we get started, as always, I would like to open up our session with a couple announcements. Before everyone else, though, I do believe there is a certain announcement that,
I'm pretty sure it's the big one of the night, Evan.
I wonder what it could be. They probably just got a dog or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure that'll happen eventually. But...
It might. Carly, if everyone would please direct your attention to a certain finger, not this one.
The one next to that one.
This one.
Hey! Look at that!
Carly and I are officially betrothed.
Woo!
He's my
Betrothed!
Wifey and huzzy.
Oh God, it's happening.
He's having Chandler Bing levels of panic right now.
That's right. Drink that. There it is. It's water.
Yeah, that was a healthy gulp.
What will change? Absolutely nothing.
And so the systemic oppression begins.
Wait, what?
I said I landed on my butt. It's the strongest part of my body. It didn't hurt.
Yes. Science!
Science!
That's why you do
That's why you stand on 2 feet.
Is hosting us. Thank you very much.
Josh?
Hemington, yes, congratulations. D&D Mom is very happy for you both. Yes, thank you very much, D&D Mom.
Am I needed for anything else? Or is it?
No, this was it. Go back to your
Chair,
back to your
Carly.
space.
No, I'm marrying you. You're not needed for anything else.
Oh.
Oh.
That's cold.
Ouch.
You're gonna get us banned off of Twitch, guys. Jeez.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I was going to the same place as you, Leon.
Go
Don't
back
worry.
to your couch.
What are you? Where's my face?
Christmas.
No, come back.
No, come
God
back.
dang! Update. My TikTok is almost at 1,000 likes.
Oh shit!
Holy shit,
Hey.
dude. Nice.
How do I add?
All right. So I want to try and get this done rather quickly so we can get started. The sooner we start, the more playtime we have. Like now, and again, I know some of us are also... Oh, Troy Bushido's hosting us now. Thanks a lot, Troy.
Oh, wonder who that schmuck is.
Yeah.
God,
wow,
I
sounds like a tool.
know him. He's like so good in the cosplay community, and I think he's a bodybuilder too. Oh my God.
I want to go that far. Okay.
Bodybuilder.
Weird.
Like a personal
I
trainer.
have cookies.
Yeah,
And now
we'll
Izzy
get...
Cosplay is hosting us. Holy shit.
Oh
fucking
Wow.
And I guess
thing.
I'll.
And it's,
I guess I
it's
should-
not. It's not like I'm sharing this stream all over
Oh
Discord
no, you
or
are.
anything like that.
Millions upon millions.
If you haven't already, Josh, if you could also share it in Archivist as well.
I
if you
will.
could-
I'm getting there. I'm going down the list. I'm getting there.
Thank you so
I've
much,
already,
dude. We love you.
I've already posted on my supporter pages saying, "Hey, come
Oh,
watch me, bitches."
Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Izzy, you might want to post it in Sabrina's stuff then too, because I think
Oh,
you're.
that would be smart. Here, I'll do
Yeah.
that.
I would also, so like I said, so first off, thank you for all the hostings. Yes, Carly and I are engaged. Some
The
of
only
us are
reason why
running a
we're
little late.
hosting.
I do know that Arios, our bard Leah, is still on her way, but she told us that she just needs to finish something up
Good,
and then
I
she'll
need
Hey!
she'll be
We
joining
have
us
to
ASAP.
know how the night went.
Yes, we have to know how the night went.
Ouch! Go wow! Ouch! Go wow!
I mean, do you really need to know the
Yes!
ending of the night cycle? The
Yes!
day-night cycle? Okay,
Why not?
so the sun rises in the east and sets
Yeah,
in the
I
west.
need to know.
Oh, and we'll figure out how it went. That being said, though, I would now like to open up the
That's
floor
how you
to
do it.
any and all other announcements people might have. Try to keep it to announcements that you haven't really announced yet. Troy, go ahead.
All right. Okay. So my people are bugging me to do this. Fine, I'll do it. So I run Carly kind of alluded to it. I run a cosplay fitness website and company called Superhero Forge.
I got it incorrect though. Instead it was bodybuilding when it's not.
Yeah. So it's an online personal training and online fitness community where we use our fandoms to motivate us to get in the best shape possible. It's been going really, really well for the sheer fact that it's relatively gym free. When I do personal training coaching, we adapt to whatever equipment you have available to whatever shape you want to get into. Like I said, I've been keeping my mouth shut about it this while, but New Year's is coming and my biz partners and clients are like, it's the New Year's resolutions. You might want to at least say something. So here I am. We have everything. We have actually a few freebie programs if you want to pop in. It's going to be on superheroforge.com. And we also have group training and personal training plans as low as $39 a month, which is cheaper than most gyms. And to drop the mic on that, we do a monthly workshop with a lot of my clients. We come in to Zoom, such as what we're doing right now. And those fuckers gave me a surprise birthday, Christmas present on the Twitch. It is, they commissioned art of my character I'm playing here in Song of the Wilds,
Nice.
Count Marcus, actual freaking art.
Nice.
And he is
Shout
a
out
handsome
to-
man.
He is a handsome man. Shout out to the artist who actually streamed the painting of this, Heidi Pena. And it was commissioned by basically all my clients. They'll just pitched in like whatever the fee was for the commission and then sent it to me both in frame and digitally. So Instagram, Troy Bushido, you can actually see the digital picture of Count Marcus and what he actually looks like. He's a little bit different here than how I described him because I had Drew McIntyre, the professional wrestler, as my stand-in. No, they did the commission based on what I looked like cosplaying as Count Marcus. So it's a little bit of him and a little bit of me. And I'm like, oops, okay.
Okay, this is a
That's
thing
weird.
now.
That's like
No,
that's
I
like
think
drawing
that
Chris
everybody
Evans as Captain America.
I think everybody
What's
puts
up?
a little bit of their self in their cosplay. I'm sorry, in their D&D characters.
I think so. I
100%.
mean, he has my zero fucks given. He has painted
Yeah.
fingernails, which I haven't done yet. And he has the trench that's actually right behind me. But anyway, shout out to all my clients over at Superhero Forge. Thank you for the Christmas present. There's the art right there. Shout out to Heidi Pena. And if you want to join the Forge for New Year's, superheroforge.com or Instagram at superhero.forge. Thanks.
Alrighty, awesome. So some awesome people giving awesome gifts. We definitely love hearing about that. Are there any other little announcements that need to be said?
I don't know if it needs to be said, but
Anyway, Josh, go for it.
My Seattle Seahawks are NFC Wish Division champions as of today. They won their division.
Football.
Backup
First
team.
time since 2016. Let's go. Let's
My
get that
backup team because I'm a
Woo.
Bears fan and my Bears don't do shit. I always
no,
follow the
Bears
Seahawks
have
during the
been
playoffs.
Oh,
Woo,
NFC
sports
West
ball, do the
champs,
thing,
first
win the
time.
points.
Evan knows.
2016.
Yay,
Let's
goes
go.
team.
Evan knows sports balls.
Sitting
Go
here as a
Sports.
Washington fan.
Oh.
Oh.
Redskins.
Sitting here as a person who never watches sports, but will go to sports events if somebody else buys the ticket.
hey, that's what I am.
It's not about the sport when you go live. It's about
Yeah.
the
I know
experience.
it's
Yeah,
nothing
no.
about the sport. The
It really
sport
is a whole
It's
different
like,
thing when
I
you
love-
actually are there.
It's the
I love
background
baseball.
noise.
I hate watching baseball games on the TV, but I love going to the baseball games.
Yeah,
Same.
baseball stadiums are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I love going to the games, and I'll watch the last game of the World Series every year. That's fine, but
Just to see
I am
what's
not
up.
gonna sit there every single game. There's like 200. I'm not doing it.
I like to play baseball. I don't necessarily like to watch baseball. I'm pretty
I love
good
playing
at
baseball.
baseball, but I'm not a fan of watching it.
Yeah, but yeah, no, my team won today, so I'm wearing my Super Bowl champions hat and my new DK Metcalf jersey I got for Christmas. So I'm excited. Just finished watching the game.
I've been egging my Seattle pen pals on to find a Russell Wilson jersey for me. I'm like, guys, please.
You just go to NFL shop. It's $150.
I wish I could find it for cheaper because they're locals, but I digress.
No, we don't. I live here in Washington. I'm 50 minutes from Seattle. It's still $150.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Damn. Alrighty, sports teams being awesome as well.
Not for me.
Any?
Or for us.
Yeah. Are there any
I will
other?
say your defense has been doing well. They just haven't been equating to winning games.
Yeah, and the Terps are pretty good. So.
Oh, yeah.
Are there any other little announcements that need to be said?
I've got a Gamer Boy chair.
So,
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yep.
Let's do
All
this.
right.
Thank you,
Yes.
Grandma.
Kira,
Aw,
Kira,
Yes.
would you like to share with the class?
Yes,
Got new
Kira.
dice for Christmas.
New dice.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
The
New dice for
yeah,
Christmas.
this one's siblings gave me dice. So now
Sarah,
I
when
can
you
do
come
dice.
over in 4 days for New Year's, I'm gonna make you
touch
touch
them.
my dice again because
Yep.
your juju ran out. And I've been getting
That
shitty
lasted
bored.
how long?
About 2 months. So
There you go.
You really just need to sit there for a while.
So
and
I
just
just
do
I
this?
need to see you every 2 months so you can touch my dice.
Well, then you guys got to come out here at some point.
Oh,
We're out
eventually.
here.
If somebody would like to buy me a car so that I can like travel to everybody, that would be great. You can DM me on Instagram if you'd like to send me one, or a PC. Either one, that would be great. Thanks.
Yes, hopefully the next time we drive in your neighborhood, Dizzy, they're not the one street we need to go on is
Izzy.
closed.
Izzy.
Yes.
Izzy.
From-
Dizzy, Izzy.
Many
Mistral then.
Yeah, Mistral. No, the Broadway won't be closed until summer now, so it'll always be open.
Oh, thank God. That was a nightmare getting to your apartment.
I felt so bad because it happened every other weekend, and the fact that it happened the weekend before, I was not expecting it for them to do it.
Well, and then I called you and I was like, I don't know what to do.
So
Alright.
upsetting.
Are there any other little announcements that Cubone?
I got a little Cubone.
Keep on down.
I call him Crane.
Ooh, I have one. I got a really cool dice holder from my friend Steve, who actually took all of the pictures for when me and Evan got engaged. It has all of the zodiac signs on it. It's pretty cool.
Go say, you know the word.
Yeah, I know. It took me a minute.
Has a juju.
All right. Are there any other announcements?
Let's do this thing. Let's do this damn thing.
Alrighty. Well, without further ado, let us then continue with The Song of the Wilds, Chapter 34, Hatching a Plan.
Is it really only 34 chapters? I thought we were.
No,
Well, we took a break.
We took
32.
We took a break, and every 10
Oh.
episodes we do a Team Alpha session.
Yeah.
So
So
And there
That's
was
32 weeks in a year.
And then there was that one episode where we just fucked around and played Among Us and Jackbox.
That's fun.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which honestly, I love it when we have just break episodes. Those are nice.
Break episodes are nice. We might need to schedule more of them. But
Oh, yeah.
That's just my...
Alright.
That being said, Song of the Wilds, Chapter 34, Hatching a Plan. Where we last left off our intrepid warrior hunters known as D. After finally solidifying a contract with the mysterious Count Marcus and revealing to each other, rather accidentally, that they all have spectral animal partners, and after a rather nice meeting with Grandmaster Volthric of the Greyblades, they all decided to walk around the town, take in the sights, find a nice private space where they could decidedly hatch a plan to begin their investigation against the mysterious organization known as the Sanctum. Polo, deciding to do things his own way, decided to spend his time focusing more on gathering information about the king of all of civilization, the Grand Goliath Gahoon. And the information that he found was rather strange indeed. Meanwhile, Coco decided to spend some time improving himself, tinkering around with some gadgets so that he would be ready for the coming mission ahead. Meanwhile, the main group deciding to spend some time at a cafe in the upscale part of Acheron. It was here that Davina and Arios decided to finally solidify their relationship and realize that they might actually have feelings for each other. Arios being
Go
the
figure.
one... Yeah, go figure.
Oh shit.
Right? It's like it hasn't been building for like 20 episodes.
30 episodes.
No, Leah joined late.
Oh yeah, she did. Back then it was Sterling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Finally, with Arios being the one to take the plunge and deliver a giant tango kiss to Davina, everyone decided to rest for the night, going to one of the ritzy hotels known as the Eagle Eye Inn. I almost said Golden Eye.
Out in
The Eagle Eye Inn. Finally, using Count Marcus's funds to get the penthouse suite known as the Dragon's Den up at the very top of the building, everyone decided to split off for the night and come at everything the next morning well rested. Davina and Arios decided to share a room. What they did is between them. And it is here that our story finally begins. So, if I can finally... Here we go. Nope, that's the wrong playlist. Here we go. So, Group D. You finally awaken to a bright, cloudless, sunny morning in the upscale, high-end streets in the district of Acheron. A lot of you have been well rested. Some of you stayed up a little later for reasons. However, a lot of you had definitely a much more restful night than others, and I completely forgot to mention in my recap. Oh, and Atarax had a freaking dream where he met Ishtar, and Count Marcus had a dream where he met Null. And apparently these dreams were identical from one another and possibly connected in such a way. I apologize that this was not put in the initial recap portion of this episode. However, Atarax and Marcus, you both also awaken. Despite feeling like you spent a lot of energy witnessing this dream, you still feel physically well rested, though mentally a little drained still. That being said, Davina and Arios still have yet to come out of their room. I'm using this just as an excuse to buy time before our lovely Leah can actually join the stream here. So everyone except Davina and Arios, what do you do?
I will say I just got a text from Leah. She'll be about 10-15 minutes.
That is totally fine. Thank you
As
for that update. But then, everyone except Davina and Arios, what are you doing?
As question first off.
Yes, Eden.
Am I still burritoed in the blanket?
You are, roll me a dexterity check.
Okay.
You're still.
Mark is gonna look for the nearest French press inside the main suite.
Okay,
Look for the
that was-
kitchenette.
Okay, guys.
around.
You
Okay.
could have
Um,
gone to
12.
another room. I'm just saying.
12.
Yeah, it took like 2 hours after everyone turned in, but you were finally able to free yourself from the confines that was the mattress burrito. And luckily there was another unused empty room for you that you decided to just take that and turn in for the night. Despite you having to go to bed technically later than everyone else, you still got a long rest after everything. So you feel good and refreshed.
I was just gonna like if I still had the blanket, I'm stealing them. Like
Make it.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you took everything that you were wrapped in.
Okay.
It's mine now.
Keep the burrito.
Which reminds me, Count Marcus, for last night, if you could roll me an investigation check.
Oh boy. Okay. Give me a second. My sheet. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, partner. Investigation. Let's go. Oh boy. Okay. 5.
Yeah, you could not find any spare linens in your bedroom, so you went to bed just bare on a mattress, no sheets or anything.
That's fine. That's fine. I went like plop and then just let it be.
That's exactly what you did.
No.
That being said, all of you kind of awoken in your own way, and you all exit your rooms into the main common area of this massive suite. What do you all do? By the way, again, I would just like to reiterate, Davina and Arios have yet to come out of their room.
Figured. Marcus is making coffee.
All right, Marcus.
Okay.
Marcus has found the Acheron steampunk variation of a French press.
That's all I was thinking. Yeah. French press, water boiling, the good old school way.
Yeah, French press, water boiling. There's a little magic to make the fire go, to get the water boiling a little bit. Roll me an intelligence check.
It's good because I dump statted that. 18.
That's fine. You don't need to add your modifier.
17.
You make it anyway.
17.
17. Yeah, you've worked something like this before, and you are able to work it so seamlessly and perfectly. Not only that, but there's a little tube that automatically shoots out some milk in a cup and then automatically steams it as well. This isn't just a steampunk French press. This is a steampunk cappuccino maker.
No.
Is this what my extra money paid for?
Yes, it is.
You know, now that I
Just-
know what
just
these
a-
words mean, I'm like, oh, these words make sense now. Coffee words make sense.
Yeah.
Is your
Wow.
engineering gears turning? Do you think you can recreate this for cheaper? Get into that market.
Coco, are you in? Are you? Is that what you want to do, Coco? Do you want to give this machine a look around?
Coco's not there.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
Coco's
right.
not even there.
Okay. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah, Coco's back.
That was
at
class saying
headquarters.
that, dude.
That was me.
Yeah. Sorry.
Can I have, as Mistral's walking to the whatever kitchen that area, can I just knock on the room that Davina and Arios went into just to see if they're up? You know, I'm a little concerned. You know, I saw everybody go, and
Adarax pokes his head out the door. He says, "You don't want to fucking do that."
I just want to make sure Davina's okay.
Can I do that with
You're
Roll
fine.
because
You're fine.
I feel like I should show Davina my notes.
Don't do it.
Mm,
You're fine.
I want to shoo you all away. I'm like, just go eat some breakfast first.
But she needs to see my notes.
Go eat breakfast. You need
Fine.
sustenance, sir.
Fine.
It's a real big deal that Davina sees my notes, Mistral. You don't understand.
Polo.
No, I concede. I go at breakfast.
Okay, so Polo is willing enough to drop the issue and have breakfast first, but Mistral, are you walking away?
No, I need to make sure Davina's okay. I don't
Better-
know what they did in there. I heard noises.
They better have eggs Benedict or they'll be held
Guys,
to pay
hold
us.
on. Jordan's trying to say something, but he's coming in very faintly. Jordan, what are you even trying to say?
I look at Mistral, like, Mistral, you do not want to open that door.
Do not go in there!
Atarax.
I know
Adderall.
exactly what I'm gonna say.
Pushing you. I'm
Crystal.
pushing you away. This is nothing anyone wants to
I
see.
haven't knocked on the door yet. You know, Sir
I know
Atarax.
exactly what I'm gonna do.
I hear you.
This is
I
for
hear you.
everyone's good.
No. I hear you. I hear your concern, but you know, I gotta look after my girl. So I'm just knocking on the door. If she
Arios.
doesn't make a noise, like I'll come back and check later, you know? I just need to, you know, I'm checking.
Lady Mistral,
Screwed it
I certainly think like fine. I think they'll be able to come out when they're ready. Come on, have some coffee with us.
My mom gave
I'm
us.
knocking on the door. No one can change my mind.
she's knocking on the door. So I have a really funny thing I'm gonna do.
D&D mom is giving us a little history lesson. The forerunner of the French press was created during the steam era, 1852.
Oh, wow.
That's nice.
I love the French.
That's
Mm-hmm.
that's a
Yep.
really old invention.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very late. invention.
Anyways, Mr. DM, I would like to knock on the door. Thank you.
Let me mind you, I am a like 400+ pound person in armor standing in front of their door.
Hey, yo, brother
And
Atarax.
I am a mighty and sassy elf. Thank
Alright.
you.
All
She is
right.
very intimidating.
All
Yeah.
right, here's what we're going to do. The way I see the situation is Mistral is going to try and dart past Atarax to knock on the door. Atarax, you are going to try and stop her. I would like you both to roll initiative checks.
It's gonna be the big fight of the episode.
This is going to be the big fight of the episode.
Gotta play some Final Fantasy VII music for this.
Oh,
The rest of us
Especially
gonna be
with
in the
Sephiroth.
living room just.
What did you
Finally
get,
joining
Atarax?
Smash.
That's okay. I got something.
What'd you get, Mistral?
No, I asked you first. What did you get?
You got 16.
I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
Okay.
That's
my-
good because that's the more interesting outcome of the story.
Well, my battle music didn't last long. I actually turned on the battle playlist for that.
There you go.
So, Atarax, you know Mistral. You know how she works and how she thinks and how she fights. But that being said, you clearly underestimated her elven speed, and you are a rather large man compared to her. She is able to very sneakily and swiftly dart past you under your arm, and the moment she gets right up at the door, she just lays 3 knocks at it.
Oh, you're gonna raise some hell for Mistral.
And she says, Scrooge!
Alright, Evan, do I have to roll for this?
To hear them? No. Well, actually, roll me a...
It is a very distracting moment for Davina, so maybe
Roll
maybe
me, roll me,
That's not how black
roll me.
ears are.
Okay, Davina, roll me a perception check.
If I hear her come to the door, either of them, I'm leaving. I cannot look them in the face.
Good. You
You
can
picked
pick breakfast,
I
you
got
know.
a 7.
Okay, Davina, you're still asleep. You don't hear it.
Why don't you roll for Arios?
Yeah, I'll roll for Arios.
Arios taking the form of our DM.
And Arios rolled a 3, so he's still asleep too.
So all of this was for nothing.
Wait. I have
Really
one.
funny thing I was gonna
I
do,
have
was
one. I have one last question. Can I see if they left the door unlocked?
Don't you
No,
do it!
I was going to actually make my hair look all messy and be like, hello.
So, Carly.
Roll. Okay, Mistral, roll me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Oh god.
I got 21.
I look at her, I look at Mistral, I go, you are on your own, I want no part of this, and I walk away. I leave.
The door is locked.
No.
She did knock, to be fair.
She did knock, and remember, the investigation check was to see if the door was
Yes,
locked, not
yes.
to open the door, and the door is locked.
Well, there's got to be a kind of.
So ready for that though.
Thieves' tools. Thieves' tools.
Yes.
Not a thief.
You're
It's
not
too
a
early
rogue,
for
she's
this.
just a bard.
Would sleight of hand work?
No.
You need,
You
you need
can
thieves tools for
need-
proficiency.
certainly try.
Well, I'm talking about Izzy.
I
I'm
can
talking
help.
about Mistral.
Hold on, give me a second. I'm looking at my.
I would
equipment.
say that if you were going to try and pick the lock without thieves' tools, it is certainly possible, but the DC is going to be slightly higher than usual, and you would be rolling with disadvantage.
Okay, can
Seems
I?
like an awful lot of
can-
work.
Can I? I'm too bad. Can I? Can I use an ink pen and take it apart?
Yeah. Is this a ink pen you own?
Yes, I have it. It's.
Okay,
I
well,
have
you
one.
don't need to roll to take it apart because it's yours. You know how it works. Okay, so you are going to try and pick the lock. Roll me a... Okay. Roll me, because you're basically looking at the lock to see how it works to pick it successfully. Here's what we'll do. Roll me an investigation check with disadvantage.
That one. What was I adding?
Whatever your investigation modifier is.
Yes, I forgot what I was doing. Investigation. I have 17.
Now you gotta roll it
Wow.
a second time.
I rolled 2 dice at once, so that I just.
Your
picked-
lowest
I
was
got a-
17?
Your lowest was 17. What was the other one?
My highest was 17 before the modifier.
Wait.
So I got a 17 and a 13. I picked the 13 and added 4.
Oh, okay. All right.
I have
So-
multiple dice.
Okay.
For one of them.
So your highest would have been a 21.
My highest would have been a 21. My lowest is a 17.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Damn.
Wow. Okay. Mistral, you successfully picked the lock, but your fountain pen broke in the process.
That's fine.
Aw.
I can get rid of that.
All right, the door is now unlocked.
Davina, are you good?
Before you, Mistral, you see an absolutely wrecked room.
And that's Snoo Snoo.
Did you guys have
Vases,
some fun?
vases, like furniture, decorative vases on top of the furniture have broken. One of the 4 posts of this 4-poster bed has splintered in the middle of it. The sheets are everywhere.
Yes!
Did you guys have a pillow fight?
Davina, roll me another perception check.
There's a side note.
Perception.
Bombs in the sky next time they do.
I got a 17.
All right.
Everybody's rolling 17 tonight. Good God.
All right, and meanwhile, I will roll for... I'm so sad that Leah's not here for this.
No.
She's going to be really sad when she finds out.
Feels so wrong. Like Leah's my.
Okay, so Arios is still asleep. Davina, you awaken on your back. Your hair is everywhere.
I
What?
say, Evan, is this how Carly wakes up in the morning?
No, she's still asleep. Davina, you wake up super groggy and super exhausted, and yet just so very, happy right now. And you hear, a...
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Carla's got
The
the ruby
pillow
rose
fight?
thing. Got the ruby rose hair going on right now.
Yeah. You find Arios still absolutely passed out on top of you. Face down on top of you. His head is between your boobs right now.
I mean, where else was he going to be, honestly?
Where else was he going to be?
Oh, what a night.
But yeah, Davina, you are able to slowly just kind of raise your upper half and just kind of look around groggily. And you just see Mistral just kind of standing in the doorway.
I knocked.
Mistral. And
I knocked.
immediately cover myself, and I'm like, get the fuck fuck out.
I knocked. You didn't respond. I just wanted to make sure you guys.
She
were
did
okay,
knock.
though.
She
I
did
did
knock.
knock. Did I also break in? No.
The door was locked.
No, it wasn't. You guys left it unlocked. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think a deception check is in order.
Yeah,
Evan.
you know
not gonna-
what?
we're
You
not
know
playing
what? Yeah,
DM
yeah.
here.
Mistral, roll me a deception check.
No armchair DMs here, but
And-
As if that is
And
one of
also,
her best skills.
Carly, if there's a way you can turn up your mic, could you please? Because you're coming in actually kind of quiet.
I can
Really?
try.
She is.
I mean,
for
I
me.
can hear her, but
I can hear it, but yeah, I can hear it a tiny bit.
Evan, can you come help me really quickly? Because I don't even know where to go for that.
Give me a moment.
Yeah.
Mistral, what did you roll?
Why can't I do math? 22.
'Cause you're gay.
Davina,
Fuck!
I
Davina,
love how
roll me-
Mistral goes right into the ASMR mic with like those high rolls.
Here,
okay.
hold
So I
Who is
rolled a
this? Is
22.
this better?
Yeah, that's actually much better.
Yeah, you
Okay,
might just
I
gotta pull the
moved it
mic in.
closer to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Davina, roll me an insight check.
Okay.
Your check is.
I wish I was there. I could help
Got
Carly
it,
with her mic
nine.
phone.
You got a 9. Yeah, you are pretty sure that you left the door unlocked all night.
And I just smack Arios. I'm like, hey, Arios.
It's like Jonathan Banks in Horrible Bosses 2. Okay, maybe I did say kidnapping. I don't know.
Arios.
It's
Alright.
what? Oh, hey.
Hey. You have a visitor.
Hi guys.
We have a visitor.
Hey guys, it's Scarce here. And suddenly behind you, appearing behind a sudden tree. Hey guys, it's Scarce here.
By the
Oh my
way,
God.
Eden, Atarax, I saw your chat. Yes, you are coming in all right.
Cool. Want to make sure.
He's right.
Arios.
Yeah. I
We
wish
have
this
a
was, like-
visitor.
What? Oh, hey, Mistral.
Hi. Did you guys want breakfast?
Yeah, give us a minute.
I just was checking in. You weren't responding to my multiple knocks at the door.
Mistral, I
Definitely.
love you. I love you like a sister, but I'm gonna repeat what I said. Get the fuck out.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine.
Lord help the sister who comes between me and my man.
All right,
I'm just
Mistral.
gonna slowly close the door.
You very slowly close the door, leaving Davina and
Just-
Arios back to their own
the-
devices.
The Homer Simpson fade backwards.
Yes, exactly. All right, so once again, the party sans Davina, Arios, and Coco, that's who still is yet to arrive. You're all in the common area of the suites. What do you all do?
I'm glaring at Mistral as soon as she walks back in. I am just steel-eyed, glaring.
You weren't. I just would like to say I'm looking at those eyes, and I just want to point out: were you not curious?
I
Did
knew.
you not hear that? I wanted to confirm it wasn't just them jumping
I
up
remember-
all night.
I just,
Didn't Atarax do like some weird like charm on the door?
It was
to
a
make
soundproofing
it
spell, so he
Yeah.
wouldn't have to hear it because he was right next door.
I cast it for 2 hours.
He probably cast it after it started, realizing that he needed it.
10 minutes it lasts. I had to use a 4th and 5th level spell slot.
you sound like an angry little wizard.
I
I'm
love
an
it.
angry big
Wait,
wizard.
I had to wait for 10 minutes!
wait. Can I add one more thing? I would like to prepare breakfast for Arios and Davina, but it's just a plate of different kinds of jam.
Can we get the jam?
I fucking hate you.
Jam
Love all the
Benedict.
jams.
She's making
And
jam
some
Benedict.
crackers. And some crackers.
Okay,
You know,
okay,
jam
Not
and
even English
crackers.
muffins,
Stop.
just jam
I'll
and crackers.
accept it with crackers. I'll fucking accept it with crackers.
She's not
Okay.
fucking with the flu, alright?
Okay,
Yeah, give
so
her some party
Arios
food.
is making a continental hotel breakfast for Arios and Davina.
I want to say right now, Polo is just chowing down on some eggs Benedict. That's what he's doing.
Can I ask a request? And I'm really sorry if this is crude. It's just my humor. Can she please make it look somehow like a penis?
Erotic breakfast, yeah.
And
If it's
and, like,
approved
there's a
by the
penis, like,
DM,
pointing
if it's
up
approved by
towards
the
the
Go
DM,
right
that is what I
ahead.
do.
Go right ahead.
I like how
We-
the I like how the last time Fawnberry was here, we all tried to be as like PG as we possibly
yeah, we
could.
did, and now no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look who's talking.
I mean,
She's been here long enough.
Yeah.
She's been here long enough. She knows our humor. Come
Yeah,
on.
he
now.
is right. So
Thornberry, do as we do, not as we say.
okay.
No, the other way around.
Yep.
Don't do as we do and don't do as we say.
There you
That's
go.
better.
All right. So Arios, no, not Arios, Mistral. Too many. There's too many of you people that I.
You're
have to-
Arios.
You know what's really funny, and I've noticed this, and I'm really sorry that I'm gonna drop it. It's just Izzy's character
Yeah.
and her name. You always get confused with other people.
I don't know why. Okay. Mistral, you successfully prepare a continental breakfast of English muffins, crackers, and an assortment of tasty, colorful jams. You set it outside the door, and then you walk back. Meanwhile, Polo is actually having a real man's breakfast with some eggs Benedict and bacon and such. All of you are eating your own breakfasts at the main meeting table inside the suite. So what happens?
Feeding bacon to Axel and the owlbear.
And they're both like chomping down. It is adorable.
So, was Coco informed of where the others were staying?
You know what? For the sake of continuity, we'll say yes.
We're left.
Okay, Coco, like, knocks on the door of the suite.
We lost the count.
Are we in the diner or whatever?
Oh, are they in the diner or are they, like, in the suite?
You're in the suite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He knocks on the door.
I guess this is why some D&D campaigns have maps.
I think the count left
Maps.
for some reason.
Oh yeah.
In the toilets.
Count Adamar has been taken to the War of the Roses.
Oh no. Oh no, we lost him.
Yep.
This is not good because Lauren's gonna have to leave
Troy
too.
just
So if we
sent
got
me-
3 people missing, that's gonna be a
Hold on.
problem.
Hold on, Trey just sent me his Discord crashed, so
Oh,
he'll be
no.
back on in a minute.
Discord.
I'm sorry,
Discord?
not Discord. His computer crashed.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that will. Okay.
He said he'll be back on in a minute.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Leah!
Oh yeah.
Leah, you just missed a hilarious turn of events.
Hilarious.
Simply put, I'll give you the cliff notes. Arios and Davina still in the room. The room is absolutely trashed from
Arios
what you
was
two
asleep.
did.
Wait, because I feel like Leah will appreciate this. Arios was asleep between Davina's tits.
Yes.
Face down.
Oh, yes.
Face down, ass up. Do, 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 do,
Okay.
do, do.
And
Oh, we're not there yet. Trust me. I have a role specifically thought up for the next part.
Oh,
He
no.
told me about this.
I
and I'm
told Carly
very
about
darn
this.
excited about it. I was like, oh yeah, no, I approve.
Okay.
I got new dice to roll too.
And now that Leah's here, Davina and Arios are.
Get those dice.
You guys are now free to actually leave the room because I want you both to experience this at the same time.
You are now free to move about the cabin.
Finally.
I gotta piss.
I don't make eye contact with either of them.
All right.
Almost.
So here's what we're going to do. Arios, if you would please. Oh man. Arios, if you would please roll me a performance check.
God.
all right. That's one of my proficiencies. Okay.
Roll low, roll low, roll low.
I don't know, man. The way that the room is so trashed.
17.
Damn.
That's better than average.
I was gonna say I have a 7 in plus 7 in performance. So.
Oh, nice. Davina,
Arios is a real tiny titan.
while you can still move, you can't feel your legs.
Nice! Arios!
Meanwhile, at the same
Well
time.
then.
Meanwhile,
Way to conquer the Amazon!
Oh, I'm not done yet. Davina, if you could roll me a performance check.
God.
I
Way
would
to go,
just
babe.
like to
Way to
point
go.
out, those of you who might have missed last episode, the thing that they did between the two of them was consensual and was agreed upon by both players. I did not force this upon either of them.
No, oh no, me and Leo, we've had this planned for quite a bit. But
It'd be weird if it
Not
didn't happen. At
consensual
this
from
point.
the point of Atarax. He did not consent. He
I
did not
consent. So do
to be
I.
licked.
I don't.
Pretty much.
DM,
I got it. I'm gonna finish up.
I got a nat 20.
Aw, but... Wait, no, this is better.
You take that room.
Arios.
Crush pelvis.
Your pelvis is in pain.
Yeah, fuck it is.
Snoo.
You were mainly the top of last night, but during the few moments when Davina would snoo, she snooed big time. So Davina, you can't walk, and Arios, you're in pain from the waist down. Like everything hurts.
The spirit was willing, but the flesh is weak.
The flesh is spongy
The
and
flesh
weak.
was weak.
The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy
So
and weak.
I will ask this now of both of you: how do you guys exit the room?
Carefully.
I was about to say, I just kind of gently get out of bed, and I'm like, oh no, darling, I can't move.
Oh.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on my leg?
I can't feel my legs.
Honestly, that wouldn't exactly work because you are still technically at full health and you didn't receive any damage.
I figured, just thought it out.
This could possibly require like a lesser restoration.
I'd like to point out the God of War did.
A lesser restoration that Atarax is not willing to do.
I'd like to point out that the God of War did less damage to Davina than Arios did.
That end of the suite is dead to me.
This place is getting a 1 star on Yelp.
You're just jealous. Don't lie.
I'm traumatized.
He got laid before you did, so shush.
Traumatized.
You did?
Hey,
Silence.
hey! You casted silence on the room. You heard nothing.
No, he did, because it lasts for 10 minutes.
It lasts 10 minutes.
Technically, he heard nothing, but he could still feel the vibrations.
That's gross.
My bad.
Such good vibrations.
I have PTSD from my roommate.
You can't hide
I
the
mean,
spell.
okay, and I'm really sorry.
I have no shame.
Kaylee, if you're watching this, honey, I love you. But every fucking morning I woke up, you guys were in the shower together, and I could hear that shit.
It's bad. It's bad.
I mean, well, I was also like, you go, girl. Yes. But at the other time,
At the
I'm
same
like,
time, I don't
I
need
am
you.
in the room across the way. The walls are paper thin. Sorry.
I know that feeling.
Okay, so Davina, Arios, you both are able to somewhat struggle over to the dining area of the suite.
Arios is just like, can
Did
I
you see
walk
the
on my
plate?
hands?
Do we see the plate that Mistral
Yes, you
left?
do see the plate.
And I'm like, oh, Mistral left us breakfast. And I pick it up. I'm like, let's just eat in the bedroom. And I close the door.
Polo continues to sit quietly and eat his eggs Benedict.
Coco's standing at the door, kind of looking at
Somebody
us.
let me in!
Yeah, someone let Coco in. He knocked on the
I'll
door.
do it! I let him in! I let him in.
Thank you, Polo.
You're welcome.
Master Coco, nice of you to join us.
Yes, I had a bit of repairs to do.
Can I get you anything? Coffee, tea, WD-40, anything at all?
No, I think I'm good for now. Thank you, though.
Got it. You got it. Yeah. So this coffee's good though.
So you're all in the meeting area of the suite. What do you do?
All right. let's take a look at these documents, huh? Some
Right.
of us.
Oh,
and-
did you mention you had notes?
Yes.
Yes. Drunk, really drunk, but he mentioned notes.
Yes, I did. All right. Well, thankfully the Eggs Benedict I think have helped a little bit. All right. So, I placed the notes on the table. We're by ourselves, right? It's just Group D.
Oh yeah, it's only Group D and Count Marcus. That's
Okay.
Those are the only people in the room. You
Yeah,
check.
and sometime after that, Arios and Davina just walk downstairs.
Unfortunately, these notes don't give us any clear answers, but I genuinely feel like this king is doing something truly, truly underhanded. Especially with the implementation of the... I keep wanting to say sovereign. That's not right. The Sanctum?
The Sanctum is the cabal of wizards that they all signed on. Sovereign is a giant robot in the future who's going to kill all organic beings.
I missed Venture Brothers, so I was thinking the Sovereign.
Oh, I was thinking Mass Effect, but okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, alright.
But please continue.
I mean, you all are free to read these notes if you wish. I'm afraid they're not going to give any clear-cut answers, but at least we know our enemy now.
Coco robot eyes, just like 5 seconds.
Okay, so yeah, Coco Johnny Fives all of the notes, just rapid speed. And Coco, you know everything here.
I know all.
I can see. I can't do that voice right now.
Kirby, I can see the future.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. It's so hard.
I hate it.
That's what she said.
That's... So you mean to tell me, this
What are you,
this
Ice-T?
event goes... right? You mean to tell me that this event, you think this was a plan made by the king already, like even before all this shit went down? He was just looking for the opportunity.
I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I definitely think he's up to something. Frankly, it sounds like to me, off the record, he is responsible for the death of the previous king. But then again, I am a paranoid gentleman. It comes with working in the crime section of the world, so...
Fair enough. Hard to say, just for the sheer fact of it could either be A, the Sanctum became opportunistic, found a way they could come in, or B, the king wanted them in there in the first place. Now, I have heard of kings take kingdoms by their own hand. It's a lot of times when it's written in the sense of bravery. Every single time I've ever seen it written, it was the one taking the kingdom by their own hands is the protagonist of the story. Hard to say. And
it's written by the victors, they say.
Does anybody want to do like a history check that might help the situation or something?
Can I do?
Yeah, actually, Coco, that would make the most sense.
Yeah, because you're the one scanning.
Because Coco just read the whole thing, so.
Yeah. That would make sense, though. That wouldn't necessarily be a history check because he would be trying to recall from his own memory. If we're going over the notes that Polo brought in, Coco, I would need you to roll an investigation check.
All right, investigation. 23.
Nice.
Nice.
He's our thinking machine.
We're rolling fire tonight.
All right. Coco, considering that you are the oldest one in the group, technically speaking, you are able to actually corroborate a lot of the details in these notes with what you remember as well back during the less so recent days of King Gahoon's reign. And it's basically just as the notes say. When the first king was thinking about stepping down, it was Gahoon who decided to take his place, and he did receive all of the popular vote from all of the other politicians in Acheron as well. However, you do also see that one detail that Polo discovered, which was that Gahoon never really had any opposition during his rise to the throne. I mean, there were a lot it does list a couple names here of people who very well should have been his opposition, but for many reasons, none of them actually took a step against Lord Gahoon.
Because that's not suspicious.
It's a bit. Came right in and said, "Hey, this is mine now," without even looking for allies. Just
no.
Here
It's not so much him just seizing the power when he had an opportunity. There was quite literally a power vacuum, and according to what the notes describe, the series of events could more closely be described as, "Oh my God, the king is dead. We need a new king." Gahoon steps forward. "I volunteer." "All right, well, we still need some other choices here. How about you guys? Do you want to go up against Gahoon?" Nope. All right, Gahoon wins by default.
A brave history of the Song of the Wilds.
Okay.
I mean, that's putting it like very, very crudely, but that's the basic gist of how the notes say it happened.
Makes sense to our 21st century brains more so than our D&D characters.
Yeah.
I can't believe Wolfric didn't try, but maybe he was busy with the Greyblades.
That's actually another thing that you also see in the notes, Coco. While Volthric was mentioned in the notes, and he definitely was around back then, none of the notes seem to specify him ever even attempting to try to take a stand against Gahoon, or rather anyone, really. There's no official confirmation that he tried to do anything, but it does seem to imply that this is not the first time that Lord Volthric of the Greyblades willingly did not step up for the throne.
Davina
So maybe this is just Volthric's pattern.
and says, well, maybe this King Gahoon, maybe he had a lot of armies and people were intimidated by him.
Up his sleeves? Sorry.
Maybe he just, instead of had a big army, just had big arms. Maybe he just, I seen the guy from the freaking
Goliath.
No. Talking partially in character.
Maybe people
We
were
seen the guy up in his pedestal. He was pretty
intimidated by
baller.
him.
Yeah.
That's a good point, you know?
Yeah.
Or
He
just
looked like a guy that could squash. Yeah.
Let me
He
tell
looked
you.
like a guy that could squash
from
a man.
experience, people with money, a lot of people are intimidated by them, and that can get them what they want.
And you all kind of remember during that one moment during the giant gathering where the king addressed everyone to basically publicly shame the Greyblades. You did get a good look at Gahoon when he stood right next to Volthric. While Volthric was was quite a bit taller than Gahoon, Gahoon looked wider. Like, he looked more built than Volthric. And while Volthric just wears like a permanent full plate armor that's like silver and such, Gahoon basically just wore a robe that was open, revealing his bare chest and his arms, and he was like Schwarzenegger in his prime.
For God's sake, man, close your robe!
And Gahoon is like, no.
No.
It's like a Terry Crews thing.
Yeah, he's built like Terry Crews, but bigger.
No, bigger.
Is he able to do the
Bigger
whole
Terry
thing
Crews.
like some bodybuilders are able to do, where they're able to actually ripple like all the different muscles in their pectorals like down?
That is just way too much control.
Let me give you another comparison. Gahoon is so jacked. If you put
How jacked is he? Sorry.
if you put a tiny piece of
by
tape
one.
on his back, he would not be able to reach it. He's too swole.
So he can't even scratch his own backside?
He can't even
He
scratch
has
his own
trouble
back.
wiping.
He has a rod for that.
He has a rod for that.
He has a rod for that.
No,
He has,
Stretcher.
he has people strictly who do that job for him. They're called his ass wiper crew.
If you all don't mind, I have one of my signature terrible polo ideas that might actually work.
I have a question first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, in character, Arios is like, how long has the Sanctum been around? Did we ever discover that? Like, were they around when he took power?
Coco?
That's actually a very good question.
Coco, if you could roll me another... Actually, you know what? This time we'll have it be a history check.
All right. That is an 18.
Okay, so the Sanctum has been around since before Gahoon's reign, like way before. However, any and all information about the Sanctum is almost non-existent. You see in the notes that the name has been mentioned many times, but they just don't really seem to go beyond that of it's just a secret, very private, introverted cabal of wizards that just kind of do their own thing.
Black Ops.
Yeah, they're not.
I was gonna say, so is it possible that like Gahoon has been working with Sanctum the whole time, and they kind of helped him get
You don't know.
the power?
Oh, that's a good
Possibly.
point.
Unfortunately, we don't have enough info to know if that's true or not. But that leads into my proposal. I think it's time we swallowed our pride and accepted a job with one of the members of the Sanctum.
To kind of get a feel for that.
And I think it's one of those keep your enemies close situations.
I was gonna suggest, getting in contact with them, getting their side of the story, getting a full-on vibe check face to face. We could skirt them. We could skirt around them all day, but they've made their information very scarce.
Or we could always do the tried and true aspect of having Arios pretend to be a member of the Sanctum and have him sneak in.
I mean, Arios, would you be up for that?
I suggest no,
Okay.
because we don't have enough information on what they're like. If you don't
Yeah,
know
they
how to
might
fake
create
it,
a
you
brainwash.
ain't gonna make it.
Well, it's up to everyone else. I was just throwing it out there. But
I almost like the idea of like, hey, let's make in contact and at least get a meeting, if not an actual collaborative
I like
job.
the
to see what's
idea
going
of
on.
not getting killed.
I like that idea as well.
We're all gonna look after.
Says the
each other.
woman who
Ain't
almost killed him
no one gonna die.
several times.
Marcus sips his coffee.
Arius is like, can I get an ice pack?
Deal with your shame.
And a
I mean, no shame in it. I'm just saying.
We gotta get you in the.
Atarax.
We gotta get you in the training grounds, boy.
Yeah.
You're
Gotta
very
put some meat on the bones.
Arios needs a little PT.
Atarax.
I know, guy.
Atarax.
Atarax.
Very quiet this morning. Whoa.
I'll help you on the condition I am nowhere near your room next time.
That's
I'm not-
valid.
That's fair.
I'm not saying going on a mission with with members of the Sanctum is a great idea, but to be fair, my terrible ideas have worked in the past. So,
Does anyone have any other ideas?
Savina and Arios, but I'm not looking at them the entire time. It's more like a.
also, can I just say I love doing this in my gamer chair. This feels so much more
Oh, I
right.
can imagine.
I die.
Gatorade. Whoa.
Hey, is there a way where we can get back in contact with the Sanctum, either as a meeting or?
Weren't you a member of the Sanctum, or did I?
No.
No.
Hell no. Hell no.
Oh, okay.
No, my friend, let's just say I had a little voice in my head saying, uncover what they're doing, they're bad news.
Okay.
We'll get.
And at the moment of Count Marcus saying that,
Oh no.
nothing
Oh,
happens.
no.
Please go on.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
After I'm done casting like Lesser Restoration onto Vina Arios, I'm like, why are you guys so fucking sticky? God.
Yeah.
What if? Oh gosh. What if I threw a little gold towards the Sanctum's way?
Jordan, you are nasty, and you need
Alright.
Jesus.
I hear what Marcus says, and I look at Davina and said, "Do you want to get in on that?
I mean, I could give some gold to them.
You got money to
Can
blow.
I-
That's for
Can
sure."
I Can I
Dagger
take it back later?
Strikes
Here-
again.
You know what? I'm a little ahead of myself when I said that. The reason why I said that is I would just like to at least be in the room with them for like a second.
I think that's a good idea.
I could,
How about
at the
this?
very least, I could go in as not a contracted employer of the Grey Blades, but as account, and just request audience with a
Like you're
some
going to
sort of
hire
commander,
them.
as if I'm going to hire them. I just happen to have a few bodyguards already in my traveling party, but I do need a little bit more.
That's a good idea. And in fact,
expertise.
Arios could help out in this. Now Arios just needs to pretend to be someone.
Ooh.
Possibly.
Pretend to
I
be
can
his
go as
like
a priest.
head bodyguard.
I mean, I'm a little small for that job, but
You can also pretend to be my.
Hey,
You could turn yourself into some
size
kind of.
doesn't matter, okay?
That's what it does
It's
matter.
how you use it.
You could turn yourself into some kind of
I
dark
mean-
elf thief.
Yeah.
Into like
keep in mind, I could always say Arios is my assistant.
I'm totally kidding.
Well, I'm just saying.
Self.
I'm just saying Arios should probably disguise himself because Arios is a known member of the Greyblades. So.
Are you all known members of the Grey Blades?
We're Group D.
Yeah,
I knew your exploits before I even showed up.
But then again, Wolfric does know about this, and I mean, we did basically take one of the jobs from Count Marcus, so to say that our job wasn't to be his bodyguards.
Although
okay.
my only thought with that is, what if they're kind of on high alert for any Grey Blades that might be lurking around?
Good. Good. Then we'll know something's up.
Tell us the
There shouldn't be. There really shouldn't be a high alert when y'all enter the room.
Actually, that's true. If we are there, that'll probably make them more susceptible to agree to this because they'll want to keep an eye on us.
Yeah, that's a solid
You know
point.
what? We could just play like the nice game of like, hey, we're here with our friend Marcus, and we're here to build a bridge. You know, there's always this misconception that we hate each other. Like, let's prove everyone wrong.
Let's not be like Star Trek and Star Wars friends. Let's actually get along.
Yeah.
I could definitely facilitate that. I could say and maybe toss some money around and be like, hey, we want to at least speak with a commander of a team.
I think Count
Ask them-
Animar acting as a third party would definitely help the situation.
Exactly. I could ask them what they're capable of, where they're from. I could poke the questions. Now, if they start skirting and if they start trying to deflect the questions, then at least we know what's up. Because we're all sitting here with research and speculation on a group that did not want to be researched. So we could either keep guessing or we can just poke them. What's the worst that could happen? They're gonna engage us really on our
What's the
turf?
worst that's gonna happen when you poke the bear with a stick?
Well, they don't want to play. They don't want to play their hand too soon either, or their plan might go to shit.
Exactly.
So-
But hey, at the very least, we can do is just request an audience. You get a feel for them. I get a feel for them. They get a feel for us. At least we have some cards to play.
I feel like we have a better chance if our group going in is smaller. I mean, if all 8 of us roll up to the front door, yeah, we're his bodyguards.
I'll
Then
stay.
I want all of us going in with him.
I'll stay behind. I'm the most suspicious looking of all of us.
I mean, if that's the case, then so is Eden.
I was gonna
Well,
say,
I was
no,
gonna say, I
you're
roll
like
yourself, dude.
the moral center of our group. Somehow, you are the
I'm
moral
about to say,
center.
I could roll like a baller and give 0 fucks.
Eden is the moral center of this group.
I think we're
and
fine.
Poland.
I think
Fairly.
we're fine.
Side note,
we're fine.
friends. Do we want to bring the little green person inside?
We're not
That
gonna.
They don't know anything about the orb. As long as they play it safe.
They know nothing, but that's a really bad place to get stuck with it, if you catch my drift.
Hey,
know
we'll
what?
cut our way out. At least we'll know the truth.
The orb has saved us before. You know, it may be needed that we have the orb with
Could
us.
we paint it to look like a pearl? Is that an option?
I mean, if it's in the bag, no one's checking our bags.
Like, guys,
Yeah.
if it's in the bag of holding.
If it's in the bag, it should be fine.
Yeah, if it's in the bag of
Yeah,
holding,
if it's in the bag of holding, they would have to specifically call upon the orb to get it out of the bag.
As far as we know, they're not looking for it.
No.
So,
Yeah. Yes.
Nope.
They have no reason to
depending on what the DM wants to do.
They have no reason to look at our stuff.
They really don't.
Yes. So I say let's get
Caution to
the
the
pants
wind.
on and let's go.
If you can do that, Davina.
I will just say I hired you as retainers into my entourage while I am staying in the city. If they got a problem with it, then at least we'll know something's up.
That's actually quite true.
I say we just
That's actually
throw
very
caution
true.
in the wind and just try and see what happens.
Exactly.
My only advice is that we try not to be as antagonistic at all. So.
So no axe. No problem.
No axe.
All right.
No giant god axe.
Davina, as your work husband, I'm putting a veto on this. No axe.
Davina, if I
Whoa.
wait for my go. If I swing, you swing more. How about that?
I look at Ario's and I go, Ario's, honey. It's fine.
It's pure business, Arios. Don't worry.
All right. Everyone, look your
Oh
Primus Properus.
Eden has a
So what's up, Master Eden? What can we do for you?
I was gonna say, can I pull Coco aside and have a conversation with them?
Oh.
All right, Eden, you
Also,
pull.
really quickly, as we're about to leave, before this whole exchange with Coco and Eden happened, I just want to pull Mistral aside and be like, "Hey, thanks for the jam."
All right, let's leave these two up here for a second. Just Master Eden, Master Coco, just meet us downstairs. All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
right,
I
so-
will usher everyone downstairs.
So Eden, Coco, the room is now yours. What are you two discussing?
You wish to see me?
A way to possibly have either one of us or all of us be able to find each other at any given time. I've noticed the pet that you've made. I've noticed some other things that you have made. Is there any tinkering that you could possibly do to help the group a little bit when we're all separated?
I believe I can work something up quickly. I believe I can do that.
If there is any items that you need, let me know and I will give you. I will pay for them because this is
You literally hear the gears turning in his head.
I love that.
Yeah, I see the gears turning. What's that cyborg brain doing? Falcon
I
and Winter
believe I
Soldier.
can work something up.
all right. And I think this will benefit all of us.
Yes.
All right.
I hate that.
So is that it for your meeting?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, you finally rejoin the main group downstairs in the lobby of the hotel. Where do you guys go from here?
Do we know where the Sanctum is stationed? In
The
city?
Greyblade's headquarters, right?
Are they taking actually half of the Greyblade's headquarters?
You can go there and check.
I thought you said they did that.
Do we know? Nope.
Not that he said no.
Oh.
Let's find out. We'll head back to Greyblade's headquarters, find out where the Sanctum is stationed.
All right. I figured they would if they're keeping an eye on us.
Well, I was about to say, if they station somewhere we don't know where they're stationed, that's strike one already.
Yeah.
Before you guys head over there, I need to give some thanks here. OMFG Crows, thank you so much for the follow and the subscription, and thank you for the congratulations on the engagement.
Thank you.
Loophole King, thank you so much for the follow, and we hope that your rolls be crits as well. Sorry about that, just had to take that moment. Please, continue.
All right.
Onwards and forwards, everyone. Are we ready? Does everybody have pants on?
Yup.
Questionable.
So I say, what if people wear skirts?
Well, that's the.
Yeah,
It's just a
Are you
general
thinking
comment.
about Arios here?
Do you have your
Very
bottoms on, everyone? Whatever's on the bottom half of your body, do you
Are
have
you
them
Scottish now? What is that?
Yes.
No. Okay, that's Dutch. That's where that was going.
Wait.
Do you have your bottoms on?
on? Do you have your
Yeah.
buttons on?
All right. We'll first stop by Greyblade's headquarters to see if there's any information there on where the Sanctum stationed.
I would assume that at least some of them would be there because they're trying to keep an eye on us, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's
take a look.
See.
We went to my home. Now we'll go to your home.
All right. So for the sake of expediency, we will say that you guys leave the hotel. You go back to the central district of Acheron, where the main plaza is. We
leave angry maids at Davina and Arios.
You leave angry maids because of Davina and Arios. They are gonna get their work cut out for them today.
They're gonna
of all
put that on my
days.
tab, guys. They're gonna put that on my bill.
You said you'd pay for everything, so that's your own
I'll
fault.
pay you back. Davina looks at Count Marcus and just says, "I'll pay you back."
She really can.
Just buy the whole hotel.
I'm gonna take you up on that.
F it.
I
Alright.
just take out a stack of gold that has about 1,000 gold pieces, and I just hand it to him.
All right, so we arrive at Greyblade's.
You arrive at the Greyblade headquarters. Aside from the slightly more somber mood that started ever since the announcement, things don't really seem all that different. At least at first glance.
A little sus.
If you're going to be doing anything specific, you are welcome to do so.
Find out where it's stationed.
I say let's just go up to the reception desk and
Yeah, you know what? Let's start from there.
Let's go see your girl.
If she's working.
I'm sure she probably is.
Polo, roll me a perception check.
Perception check. All right. 3.
You check around, but unfortunately it looks like Anne-Marie is not in today. Instead, it's her coworker, the Blue Tabaxi, whose name I have
We only
forgotten.
have 2 people.
Was it like Bill or something? You
Yeah,
know,
it was
like
something really basic.
or Jeff? I don't know.
No.
Name Jeff.
Now
Oh God, no!
I'm gonna call him Carl.
Carl.
Carl, that kills people.
Whoa, hey, I did not know that. Okay, so
Stop people drowning, Carl.
that is what forgiveness sounds like. Screaming and then silence.
He's not wrong.
Oh.
Anywho. Okay, so Carl, the Blue Tabaxi, is there. And he smiles, recognizing you, Polo, and goes like, Mr. Garland, how may I be of assistance?
Hello, Carl, apparently your name is.
He goes, yes, I've told you that about 2 times now, but please go on.
Master, actually, I believe it's Mr. Count Adamar who wishes to ask you something.
Oh, is that so? Good day to you, sir. How may I be of assistance?
If you would be so kind. We're trying to find information on the new association known as the Sanctum. We're trying to figure out where they're stationed. Trying to figure out, since they are now in a collaboration with the Greyblades, where are they headquartered?
At the very mention of the Sanctum, you see Carl's smile just kind of fall slightly, and his shoulders slouch a little bit more at the mention of that name. He just goes, "If you wish to seek out those kinds of people, while I cannot say where the majority of their members are, I do know that some of their higher-ranking members are staying at the Royal Palace itself."
No, that's a problem.
You gotta be kidding me.
Could Mr.
They-
DM, I ask this strictly as a player, just out of curiosity. Since I technically am like the heiress to the Belmarises, could Davina or even Count Marcus, because he is a count, possibly get in there?
You can certainly try.
I could be like, oh, I'm getting back into the textiles industry, and I wanted to try and sell you some shit. Let's go.
You can certainly try.
I can pretend to
I
be
can
your
also pull out-
bodyguard if that makes it easier.
You might want me to
I
come
could
with.
pull
'cause
I
my
could pull the
deception
truth
is
card and go be like, hey, I
high.
just want an audience with the commanders
Yeah.
of the Sanctum. They're here.
Arios, do you wanna be
oh
my
yeah, the
chief
Grey Blades.
husband? Is that weird? Okay, cool. We got a plan.
I'd like to try to use as much truth as possible. That way I don't have to keep, stacking lies on lies on lies, guys. It's easier that
Oh,
way.
you don't know us
All
at
right.
all.
I could try. All right, my friend. Thank you for your efforts. Don't worry. We'll make sure we keep them in check, all right? To the palace, shall we?
Yes.
I suppose so. But one more thing.
All right.
Carl.
Oh, yes.
Sir.
There aren't any Sanctum members in the building as of right now, are there?
As of right at this moment, there are none, though a couple of their members do swing by from time to time just to check in on some things and to do what they call mandatory mission acquisition.
Do you know these members' names?
Whoa, let's back up. Yeah.
What are the names of these members?
Oh, they don't address me, and I am supposed to remain here, so unfortunately they and I never interact.
Damn.
Do you know anything
tell
about
me.
these
You were- tell me that-
acquisitions?
They essentially make their way into our headquarters and forcibly requisition half of the missions that we have in our mission board.
Do we know what kind of missions there?
Me and all of the other workers here, and he just kind of signals to everyone working behind the desk, and they all just kind of wave back at him.
Hello!
It's a whole rainbow of tabaxi. No. We all keep very careful watch over what missions are put there and which ones are taken off. Unfortunately, there's no real rhyme or reason as to which ones they take from us, just that they always take exactly half of the missions that we have posted. They do it once a week. Well, no, not once a week. It's been only a couple days. They've done it once a day so far. New missions come in every day, more than we care to count, but hasn't stopped them.
I know that it's only been a few days, but do you have any confirmation or are able to receive any confirmation from them that any of these tasks have been completed?
Unfortunately, no.
Does Master Volthric know about this?
And you can see, like, the smile just drop completely from Carl's face, and he just goes, "The Grandmaster is aware, and to mention it to him will put him in an uncomfortable position. It is a state of our organization that he does not wish to discuss."
Sure, I can't try to prod it out of him without the entourage. That way, if he smashes my head, it's just my head.
You
At
are
least-
welcome to try.
I mean, kind of want to keep
You
you
can
for
certainly
now.
Here's the thing. It's like
I think we need to focus on the palace for right now, but let's
Yeah.
definitely keep
I
it.
have a question.
I would say we can come back later.
Yeah, we can come back.
All right, Davina, what's your question?
I asked the Tabaxi,
Carl.
Carl! Sorry.
I thought that we had to submit a form or at least come back and tell you every time that a job was complete.
That is how we Greyblades do it. Our missions are all posted on the massive wall over there, and he actually gestures right next to the registration desks. An entire wall has been converted into one giant pinboard where a couple other desk workers are basically on, like, rolling ladders, kind of like how they have at libraries, where they're just going up and down and left and right on the pinboard, and they're just, like, putting new missions on, taking some off. There's always a constant crowd at the bottom of the pinboard. It kind of looks like the stock exchange over there, where there's just a bunch of hunters, like, screaming like, "I want that one! No, not that one! I want that one!" And then they have to...
I have a follow-up
The
question.
Wolf of Acheron.
It's the
Sorry.
Wolf of Acheron.
I have a follow-up question.
Yes?
So you have no idea if they're actually doing the jobs?
we hear no complaints from our possible clients wanting to know what's taking so long, so I can only speculate that somehow the Sanctum is doing their job, and once they complete it, they keep that business and the reward payment to themselves.
Okay.
I
There
do.
goes my idea out the window. So.
Can I do something real quick for Carl?
Go ahead.
I want to hand him 10 pieces of gold and say, I want you to do a favor for me, Carl. I want you to try to find out the names of these people who are doing this. And if you could, make sure Anne-Marie knows.
Oh, trying to protect his girl. Yes.
Carl, very well aware of your relationship with the adorable pink-haired halfling girl, in pigtails, might I add. Actually, you know what? Here's what we'll do. Polo, roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
I was about to say, if I throw more money in, would you get advantage?
I guess it doesn't matter now.
It doesn't matter. He already has advantage.
All right.
Have fun.
All right. That is a 21. And that is a 15, so 21.
Carl looks at the 10 gold coins. He just kind of like looks over at the other workers. Some of them are still working. The one right next to Carl has been listening to this the entire time, and you actually see him go, yeah, he looks just like that, by the way.
That was such a pretty close-up of the Gilligan.
He gives like a small little like thumbs up and a nod to Carl, basically saying like, yeah, man, go for it. We need some help here. Carl very subtly takes the 10 gold pieces from you, and he just goes, I think we can think up something.
Thank you.
Does Marcus notice the other dude trying to egg Carl on?
Yeah, this is in plain view of everyone. This is like a normal like tabby skin tabaxi. He looks very much like Gilligan here.
Aww.
We'll say its name is Gilligan.
We'll say his name is Gilligan. Hey, Gilligan's canon now.
Actually, Marcus is gonna find out the hard way because Marcus is gonna notice that he's gonna nod and go like.
Gilligan leans forward towards Count Marcus. Yes.
What's your name, son?
Gilligan.
Gilligan, sir.
All right. I'm a member of Internal Affairs. I'm here to find out the truth about the Sanctum. I could really, really use your help. And he drops 20 gold pieces in front of him.
All right. In your specific case, roll a deception check with advantage.
He perked up.
I accidentally said it's because I said Internal Affairs, wasn't it?
Yes. Then
the job, yes. The title,
Wait,
no.
We're from OSHA.
Yeah,
No.
Group D invented OSHA.
All right. It's hold on. Deception. I
You're
actually
welcome,
have.
Lauren.
That's me. I invented
ability
OSHA.
sense of-
I love
Both in-game
Oh,
and
God.
in real life.
My deception is leagues better than my persuasion. I guess maybe I should.
It was about time in this campaign I used money to persuade someone.
I say
30.
my deception's plus 11.
Wait, you rolled a 30?
You rolled a 30?
Natural 19. My deception is 11.
Oh my god.
This
I really should just lie the rest of the fucking game.
If
Hold
this
on.
guy was a camel, you could sell him sand.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate the beautifulness that is in Atarax and Eden's?
No, we
Yes.
can't.
No.
So cute though.
We need to move on.
Yes.
That's
But
fair.
Mr. Gilligan, Master Gilligan, sir.
Yes.
We're gonna need to know the type of jobs the Sanctum are taking off your hands. You don't have to know all the details, but roughly the job types, the job mission specifications, and if you can get names, great. If not, do not risk life and limb. Do not risk your well-being. We have no idea who these people are. But-
Gilligan is listening to all of this. He looks over at Carl. Carl looks at Gilligan. They both just kind of nod and give a thumbs up to each other. And Gilligan just goes, I certainly know what I can do here.
I want a spin-off of Carl and Gilligan now.
We just created our own spin-off sitcom. Perfect. Master Gilligan, you are a hero to the kingdom.
All right.
Exactly.
This is perfect. So, you guys have officially given little side missions to both Carl and Gilligan, and they will certainly do their best to try and find out information about the Sanctum while you guys do your own thing. That being said, this is the perfect spot for us to take a break.
Right.
We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes so just enjoy the nice music, and we will be with you all shortly. Unfortunately, at this time, our player Lauren, who plays Coco, will be disconnected from the stream. Unfortunately, she does have an early shift tomorrow morning. Thankfully, this is a temporary thing, we have been told. So, it's not that big of a deal. Still, Lauren, we are going to miss you, and we hope you have a good day tomorrow. And
Yes.
as
Love you
always,
guys.
this will be
Bye,
put
Lauren.
up on YouTube, so you won't miss a thing. So we'll see you later.
All right.
And for
We love
everyone
you.
watching this, we're gonna take our break, and we will see you in a bit.
See ya.
Oh.
All right, and we are back from our break. Hey, everyone, welcome back. I hope you all had nice pee breaks. You got your snacks. I got some Reese's Nutcrackers and a whole thing full of Welch's grape juice, which is the drink of gods.
Non-alcoholic champagne, basically.
Exactly.
Wait, did you open up another bottle? We're saving that for Kira and Jordan.
No, woman.
Oh, okay. It's just a normal grape juice.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, you son of a bitch.
DM's getting crunk. All right.
No, that's me later.
We be clubbing, motherfucker.
I have 4 things of non-alcoholic sparkling grape juice for Kiera, and then me and Evan went out and got 2 bottles of champagne and one thing of margarita mix, and then 1 thing of daiquiri mix.
Ooh.
So
yeah, y'all are gonna be needing babysitting at some point.
And since I now live here and I don't have to go anywhere, you guys will, for the first time ever, actually get to see me drunk.
yeah, it makes me happy because Evan.
Because Kira will beat my ass.
Somebody send me a video of that, please.
Oh, I got you.
Apparently, when I get drunk, I turn into a date therapist.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Probably a job you should
So
have
we're
had
all
in
gonna
your life,
take
right?
time so we can all experience this together.
Anywho.
Right?
Let us continue with the scene here. So. Is my thing working?
By the way, yeah, I got
Yes, it is.
Got the cutest holiday card ever from Izzy.
Yep.
Aw.
Aw.
I
So,
actually
Right? Wasn't it adorable?
Everyone's sending me.
So,
gifts.
anywho, you guys have successfully given your little side missions to both Carl and Gilligan, the blue and tan tabaxi, respectively.
Gilligan.
And you've given them a little, like, a total sum of 30 gold, 10 for Carl, 20 for Gilligan. Though they decided to split it amongst themselves and make it an even 15, since it feels like this is a joint effort. And by the way, they're brothers.
Can we have one of them? They're like, I guess, what is it, nickname? Can we have one of their nicknames be, I think your other cat's name is Ziggy?
yes.
Ziggy.
Carl Ziggy Tabaxi Man.
Carl Ziggy.
Carl
Ziggy
Ziggy.
Carl Ziggin.
Moose has no idea what I'm talking about, but okay.
All right. Come on. All right, so you successfully gave them their little side missions. However, Group D and Count Marcus, what do you guys specifically do?
So, should we poke him at the palace?
Yeah.
See what's going on?
So?
Keep in mind, the
Let's
best
have fun
lie.
storming the castle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, the best lie
Goodbye,
is
goodbye.
99%
the
true.
castle.
So whatever I say, roll with it. I could be fucking up. Just roll with it.
So we're not
What?
doing the thing where
I
I'm textile.
Don't pull that card yet. Hold that card.
Can
Oh,
I
okay.
assist you if you need help in your performance or your deception?
That is ultimately going to depend on what he does.
Right.
But we will.
Like I said, let's all just play this as safe as possible and see what happens.
So you guys are heading. Oh yes, Atarax.
How long were we at the Grey Blades headquarters about?
Only about like half an hour, really. I mean, you guys never really went anywhere beyond the lobby, but it was at the lobby where you kind of got all the answers you needed, or at least know how to get the answers. You basically went there, talked to the 2 tabaxi at the desk, you gave them their missions, you gave them gold, they explained the details of what happens works. Roughly about a half hour passed. So there's still, if anything, time-wise, it is now like, let's say 10 a.m. right now, in the morning.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, good enough.
Let's head over.
Alright, you guys are all heading to the Royal Palace?
Yep, we're gonna go storm that castle.
Alrighty. You guys exit the lobby and you find that the palace, like always, is located in the same plaza. The palace itself is the largest of the 3 buildings, the other 2 being Greyblade's headquarters, and the Church of Nord himself. By the way, catchphrase, fuck you, Nord.
Nord.
Hashtag fuck you, Nord.
Hashtag fuck you, Nord.
Yep.
Fuck you. I'm so happy that I came up with that.
Well, because I just like the image of just Beastmaster just not intimidated by a literal god, even if it was just a minor illusion. He's just like...
Fuck you, Nord.
Like nothing else, just two birds right there.
Yeah, don't give a shit.
As we're walking, Marcus is actually gonna nod over towards Atarax for a second. My brother, within my skill set, I have the ability to get a feel for basically undead fiends and the nasty stuff. You wouldn't have a similar ability, would you?
Well, I can't detect. Well, let me rack my brain.
All right, I'm sorry I asked.
I do have the ability to spell. As far as like natural abilities, I can turn them away. But that's only something I can do about twice a day, or twice per rest, I should say. But I can detect them.
All right. You can detect them
via divine magic. Yes.
Good to know. Good to know. Here's the play for those of you who were wondering. Not entirely sure what I'm going to say to them. It's going to be mostly the truth, laced with the amount of bullshit I can bullshit. But here's the play. I have an ability. I'm actually pulling up D&D Beyond on iPad. It's a little slower. Where I can detect the location of celestial fiend and undead within 60 feet. That's not behind total cover. I don't know if it detects necromantic magic. If any of you have that ability, it'd be nice to bust that out. I don't know, and I don't know exactly what we're going to find in there. Another reason why I want to get a face-to-face is to see if I feel that kind of vibe. If I'm feeling a celestial fiend or undead vibe coming from these guys, don't you think that's a little raised for alarm?
I just don't want to die.
I mean, none of us,
I'll make sure you won't. We will make sure you don't die. I will put my...
none of us want to die, my dear.
I mean, yes, no one.
I have died, and frankly, I'd rather not do it again.
I mean, I've died too, Polo. I was there.
That's just my only request. It's just I don't want to die.
Now, the play is, as Troy, I'm going to say the play is, as Marcus, he's going to conceal that ability the best he can while he bullshits. So, I don't know if I have to roll deception for that or something like that, but...
we'll figure that out once you actually get to that moment.
Yeah, sounds good. So that's basically that's the play. I'm gonna get a beacon. I'd like to think of a code word if it does ping up.
Guava.
I actually have to put in a sentence. That's the problem.
Guava.
Can I be a little cheesy for a moment?
Yeah, of course.
Go ahead.
A code phrase. From dusk till dawn.
I like that.
If for some reason you hear me...
Nobody said anything about fucking vampires. So.
I'm about to say. If you hear me insert that in a sentence or some way, or some phrase, it's going to sound weird, but I'm going to say it. If I say it out loud, you know I pinged.
Davina, do you mind writing that down?
Dust.
All right.
I also have written down that the castle, as Evan gracefully put it, has not moved.
Yes. Let's hope not.
That must mean the DM is going to move the palace later in the campaign. No, it's not!
Honestly,
Before your very eyes, the palace grows legs and walk. It's like it's like the house in Final Fantasy VII.
Baba Yaga, is that you?
I just thought it was funny, so I was like...
By the way, on a side note, I am so happy that they brought back the Monster House in FF7 Remake, and they made it 10 times more terrifying than in the original.
That house was a bitch.
I had to look it up. And I was like, oh, so this was from the original game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And meanwhile, the entire fight, you got these two assholes just giving color commentary the entire time, not giving a shit about how well you're doing.
I liked them, but
Oh yeah,
whatever.
so did I. Anywho, sorry, that one's on me.
All
That one
right.
is on me. That one is on me.
So Count Marcus is gonna try to lead from the front, bring in his retained entourage to the palace.
All
Requesting
right.
an audience from a commander of some sort from the.
Wait a minute, shouldn't we before we go in, shouldn't we all say like what type of entourage we are? Like I feel like me and Adarak should be like your muscle. Arios can be like, I don't know, your stylist or something.
Accountant.
Am I appropriately dressed for
How-
being
how
your
about-
fashion consultant?
Mistral.
I mean, come on.
Mistral. How fast can
I
you
mean-
give me a thief's costume?
What?
Well, if anyone could do it, it would be you.
I mean,
You gave Arios a makeover.
You did.
We could definitely make up your roles as it comes along. Hopefully. it
Okay,
doesn't.
okay.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, we could also make a quick stop at
I'll pretend to be a thief instead of a fighter, which I guess I am. Which is easy to forget that Polo is a fighter.
You can be my bodyguard and my guide. You know.
To be fair, to make it easier for you guys, and I'll just go ahead and reveal this, it's not uncommon for someone of high status, say like a count, to have multiple bodyguards if they were going to be out and about in the city.
I was trying to say.
Wait a minute.
Trying to say, Count Marcus roll deep.
Count Marcus, do you want to tag team this and say that we're like doing a business venture together?
I could be a religious liaison as well.
The only thing I hesitate about that is that we don't know if that business venture would involve the Sanctum.
Not yet. Not to mention the fact that the Sanctum probably already knows who we are.
Okay, valid point.
Right?
Never mind.
Yeah.
Like I said, I want to bullshit the least amount possible.
It's
because
probably for the best if we try to be as truthful as we can.
All right.
Yeah, if I bullshit, it's gonna be clutch.
So, what
I'd rather-
approach are you going for here? Is it just Count Marcus and his bodyguards, or are you going for something a little more
Yeah,
dynamic?
Count Marcus is in
He has a job.
in
He's
his
hired
retained-
Group D, which is all true.
Yep. Yeah, just
And
true.
you want the Sanctum's help as well.
All right.
So-
Yeah.
All right. So, if that is indeed the plan that is going to happen, Count Marcus, you instinctively put yourself in the middle of the group, while Group D itself, kind of as a cluster, is around you as bodyguards, protecting you from all sides, and there are no blind spots. You approach.
I'm just like imagining like the struttiest music as we walk through this here slow-mo shot. Dun, dun, dun,
Alexa,
dun,
play
dun.
Bee Gees.
You're right. Just strutting into the palace.
Yeah, Gangster's Paradise starts playing from
Yeah.
invisible
Yes.
speakers. much
Yes.
like the one Plague Doctor on TikTok who's just like doing this strut,
Pretty
which
much.
I hope you've all
so we're-
seen.
Okay, so yeah, for
you-
expediency, yeah, that's
you
he's
approach-
rolling deep, he's rolling prideful.
You approach the main gates of the palace itself. The gates are actually open. There are some guards just standing watch, and they actually don't make a move towards you. They just acknowledge your presence. They just kind of look at everyone. They see the Gray Blade badges on their chests, and then they just kind of look at Count Marcus and how well they're dressed. Let me just roll a quick perception check. 11. Okay, so the two guards stationed at the gates, they do give you like a slightly suspicious eye, more so like they're not suspecting you. It looks like they're just trying to figure something out, but by just standing where they are and just watching you. But apparently whatever they see doesn't seem to give them enough reason to actually leave their post. You guys successfully make it through the gates. As you enter the palace grounds itself, you see all manner of people here. Military, nobles, Gray Blades, just some normal, like, unregistered hunters who are not Gray Blades, smiths, artisans. You see all manner of people from all walks of life here in the royal palace grounds, and you realize that this whole entire like lower ground level front area of the palace grounds is like a communal area for everyone for getting any kind of official business done. It's kind of structured like an office building where multiple different businesses can use these spaces to get like a variety of like little meetings done. However, you guys enter the actual palace building itself, and I finally was able to sneakily find a playlist which is like King's Palace and Regal music here, so I'm happy to be busting this out now. All right. So you enter the palace and it is gorgeous in here. We're talking like reds, golds. It is very like, yes, Josh, we see the package. I saw you flashing that right there.
No, Carly was just excited. She just looked up and.
No, I told Josh to tell me when he got it because I was kind of worried.
Oh, nice. I'm happy. We're happy that it made it. This place is gorgeous. We're talking like Palace of Marie Antoinette just before the revolution happened. It is very Baroque in here. Like there's ivory statues. There's a lot of nobles here, and these nobles look like the stereotype of nobles. We're talking frills, tight pants, canes. Some of them have like the white rolled wigs and such. A lot of them do give you notice. Some of them give you some disdainful stank eyes. A couple of them...
Would any of them know Davina from when she was with the Balmarises?
Well, first off, okay, so none of them seem to notice that you're Greyblades. As to who Davina is... Oh, that's a 17. All right, so as you guys continue walking slowly, just kind of like looking around at this main lobby foyer area of the palace, you hear, "My word, is that little Miss Davina?" And you hear a voice call off to the side, and you see this half-elf in equally very noble attire. And he walks up to Davina, seemingly ignoring everyone in the entire party. And he just goes, "Oh, Lady Davina, it has been ages since I've last seen you." Oh, and he, like, pulls you in a giant hug.
Oh, this is so awkward. Hi, how's it going?
Hey!
Introduce me. I'll get his name.
Hey. Oh, God. Arias is gonna cut him.
Could Davina do a history check to see if she knows him?
Davina, is that something you want to do?
No, I feel like she would know him.
Roll a history check.
All right.
To see if you remember him.
I just mostly feel like Arios is probably being like...
That again?
What did you get?
I got a 22.
Oh, God!
All right.
History is one of my proficiencies.
You know his name, you know his medical history, you know...
You know his blood type.
You know his name, you know his parents' names, you know his Ashley Madison password, you know his bank statement numbers.
Wait, so what is his name, Evan?
His name is Baron Arthos Paralis. And Arthos...
Paralis. Or
My doctor makes me take Arthos Paralis.
Oh, man. Baron Arthos is actually someone who you've met and interacted with many times at all of like the parties and galas that you've been to. He was never really one as...
He wasn't mean.
He was not like, mean. I mean, he's definitely in his own world, but considering who he spoke to in terms of the Balmarises, he had nothing but like respect and friendship for you. Ever since it was kind of ousted that you were not able to bear children for the Balmarises, things just kind of fell out of contact, though you're not sure if that was his doing or your family's doing.
Gotcha. So she's like, "Oh my God, Arthos, how are you?"
"Oh, Davina, it has been ages, and you..." And he kind of steps back and he sees, "And you're of the Greyblades. Oh, to have you..."
Does he make any observation about her wings?
He's getting to that. Your wings are kind of instinctively like tucked
You're with the
Got it.
Grey Blades. Get it, girl.
You're with the Grey Blades. Get
Yeah.
it, girl. Oh, it is so happy to see you alive and well. Oh, after the travesty that befell your family, it broke my heart because me and all our circle of friends thought that you suffered the same fate as well. And it just warms my heart that you have
Wings. I was just imagining Davina going, "What tragedy? Oh, right, that. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
No,
Such a tragedy.
based on what they were doing, Mr. Arthos, Baron Arthos,
call me Artie like you used to."
when they died, the curse that they put on all of the slave children lifted.
Curse? Slave children? What is it that you're talking about?
You're
They
playing
were
your
Oh shit, he had no clue.
playing your hand a little heavy there,
They
Davina.
worked in textiles. What is all this?
Well, we'll talk about it later. Anyway, yeah, so I have wings now. It's great. we have to go.
We have to get out of here. And
Uh,
Arios is still just sitting there like.
Lady Davina, you said we were going through that business.
Yes, we are. We're here to, me and Count Marcus are doing a business venture. That's hopefully what you were saying.
Count Marcus, and he looks over at Count Marcus, and
Count Marcus Adamar of Rochester.
And Marcus Adima.
Thank you, Master Polo.
you got your own
Next
hype
time
man
I walk
now.
into next time I walk in, I need you to do that.
It was a Knight's Tale. That's what I was
I
looking
know, exactly.
Arthos looks at Marcus, and he just goes, "Count Marcus? It's very peculiar. I've never heard of your name before. Tell me, where exactly do you hail from?"
Oh, Rochester, far city in the west.
Oh, I've been there myself. Wonderful town. If you had business here, I do apologize, but Davina, it would mean so much to me and all of my friends if we could just find time to catch up. But I will let you two go, and oh, there's more of you. He just now kind of like realizes like, oh shit, you actually came in with a whole
These
group.
are me and Count Marcus's bodyguards.
Oh,
Pelostris Garland.
Oh, Pelostris Garland, and and who are
Captain of Lady Balmaris's guard.
And Count Marcus's.
I'm not even gonna let you do a deception check for that one because this guy's just buying it the entire time. He's
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
I was very specific on the entourage when I came in, dude.
He's
When I
Prince
came into
George and
town.
Blackadder. Blackadder, come here. You gotta make these people.
Knowing Lady Davina's high stature.
Oh, yes,
course I
of course.
Of course, I couldn't refuse a great
With to be a fine wife of the Balmaris name. Oh, that is such a grand legacy, and to have such wonderful bodyguards. And you there, young fellow with the flute. I swear, have I seen you somewhere before?
Do I need to do a history check? I need to know if I know.
I'm Lady Balmaris's bit of stuff.
Well, what do you want to do?
Do I step in? Do I help him out?
You can if you want. You gotta do something quick.
Oh, Master Arios. Master Arios. Minstrel, but I'm very, very, very knowledgeable of the town as I came here from parts far away. It was definitely.
Davina takes Arios's hand and just grabs it.
Yeah.
Like tightly and warmly.
Arios, you find yourself yanked to Davina's side.
And puts it like behind their back and like makes them like stand kind of close.
It's like a mother with her toddler.
At this point, yeah, I am very eccentric with my entourage, but they are very trustworthy. They're very dependable, and all great blades.
Oh, well, it's such wonderful that you've brought such grand help with you. I do apologize for taking up your time, Master
Not a
Davina,
problem.
Master Marcus, Master
Is that how to treat a
Pelostris.
dragon?
Master Arios, I guess I just found this playlist. I'll skip it.
Oh no, well, alright.
Master Arios, do be well. We will reconnect sometime. And
And
Arthos,
that
like,
high elf girl, I don't know.
and then and one other people.
Right? I'm surprised you didn't say anything about Mistral.
Stop it! Ixnay, get him out of here.
Arthos turns 180 and he walks back to his own little group.
My pleasure.
You are now somewhat by yourselves in the main foyer of the royal palace.
I look at Davina and I go, I cannot believe you gave away the slavery.
I'm sorry. I didn't know what else to say. It just kind of word vomited out of my mouth.
We have to find the alcohol already. I don't think we should, but
I'm not getting drunk tonight.
I'm not either. I already feel like I'm gonna vomit. So.
I may need a drink later.
later. I'll get more alcohol sent up to the room. Hopefully the hotel still likes me.
The hotel room's still whole.
I bet the hotel likes you more than they like Arios and Davina right now.
I paid
With that said, we're probably gonna have to look for either some sort of contact or some sort of representative of the Sanctum.
We should have asked Little Lord Fartleroy over there.
Could have, but I guess we'll have to do this the hard way.
So what is it you guys do?
Mingle.
Try to mingle and try to find some sort of contact from the Sanctum.
All right. Pretty much all around you is just a bunch of poshy-looking nobles and a bunch of wealthy-looking, like, fat merchants, and they're all just kind of conducting their own businesses, using the communal area both inside and outside of the palace for their own little business meetings and such. The foyer is structured like just one giant room. Kind of think like the Chicago Theater. Like, you just have this main floor with very regal-looking stairs that go up into like a mezzanine level, and you can clearly see from here that this palace does go quite a few stories high. It's about 5 stories high in total. However, that's just what you can see where you're standing now. It could be possible that there are like steeples and keeps to the palace and such, but you just can't really see them from where you are. You can certainly try looking around if you want. You can try interacting with some of the people in here. The choice is yours.
Is that Star Trek The Next Generation playing?
Oh my god, it is.
Go over to Arios and kind of take him to the side and say, "Did you know him?"
Arios, roll me a history check.
I look at the rest of the group and I go, Whoop 1, engage! Sorry.
Marcus, in the meantime, is actually going to look for the highest ranked guard that's around the foyer.
Okay, we'll get to that in a moment. Arios, what did you roll?
Dirty 20.
I'm gonna send you a message.
Oh shit.
Oh.
All right.
Wait a minute.
This is gonna slide into your DMs.
I wonder what it is.
I'm gonna send you one too, Leah.
Oh.
He is
2
super popular
DMs
tonight.
in one night. Oh my.
Oh my.
It's
How
getting
scandalous.
Guys, I'm blushing here. Stop it.
It's getting steamy, don't you think?
Ooh, it's a little toasty in here, guys. Hello.
All right.
Tap, 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 tap.
Okay, Leah, I just sent you the message as to what Arthos means to you.
I'm also writing you a love letter.
I mean, I always write and send love letters. I don't know about you guys. No, okay.
I like how at this point Izzy just is trying to be a smartass through the whole
Pretty
campaign.
much. Not even visceral, is he?
All right.
Yeah. So,
It's okay. Take your time.
I didn't know him per se, but his brother, we'll just say, was not very nice to me.
Was he one of the people that you were a slave to?
I had personal experience with said brother that I would prefer not to relive.
And
and I'm hoping he's not here.
All right. Well, if he is, we'll kill him. How about that?
Let's slow down a little
Let's
bit.
not do that, Dorina.
I mean, I would prefer not to draw attention at this.
We're not really here to kill anyone.
But
Please, not here. As much as I'd love to start swinging swords, and it's been a little bit.
I mean,
Not yet.
if I could pickpocket something off of him,
Okay.
that would work.
I'll distract him.
Always
so
wanted to do
rob him
that.
blind. That's totally fine. Okay.
We'll get to that.
And I pull Arios into a big hug, and we head back to the group.
All right. Now, Count Marcus, you said that you were doing something.
I was looking for the highest ranked guard in the foyer so far.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, shit, okay. Plus. Hold on. Sorry, D&D Beyond on iPad's a little more wonky.
It depends on like how old your iPad is, though.
It's decent. Perception. Ooh, dirty 20.
All right. Seeing as how you are now inside the royal palace, there are actually quite a few guards in this area. You do spot one guard who seems to have a different color scheme to his garb, and and all of the other guards, whenever he walks by, they do seem to stiffen up a little. You have a pretty good hunch that this might be, if not the captain of the guard, definitely the lead guy in this room.
Can he know his rank by looking at his insignias?
Roll me another perception check. The DC for this one is going to be just a bit higher.
14 plus 8, 22.
This guy does definitely seem to be some kind of captain of the guard, but from what you can tell, it seems like his authority doesn't really extend outside of the foyer. You get the idea that how this guard setup might be for the palace. Each area of the palace has its own separate group of guards, and they each have a leader. This guy seems to be the leader of this area.
All right, so I'll be using the word commander just to make sure it's generalized.
All right.
It works. Yeah. Commander, if I could have a moment of your time.
Turning around, you are faced with a black-skinned drow. And this guy is like pitch black skin. Unfortunately, Davida, he does not have spider legs. Keep it in your pants.
Oh, darn.
Get called out.
This drow turns around. He just kind of
This drow turns around.
Ow now, brown cow, drow around. The skeleton took a shower. The skeleton ran out of shampoo in the shower. I know, Davina. I just wanted that one. The drow gives you just a quick look up and down and kind of gauging. Well, let me do a perception check. Shit, that's a nat 20. He can tell pretty well right now that you, just by how you dress, it's relatively comparable to what all of the other nobles in here are wearing. I mean, you do look cleaner than everyone else in here. Or at least the people in your immediate vicinity. And he just goes,
clean.
Sir, how may I help you?
Sir. I was looking for a courier or some sort of point of contact for the Sanctum. I
I have acquired retention of entourage from the Greyblades, and I do want to consider the Sanctum to be part of the services I need. I have received word that they're stationed directly here in the palace. Do they have some sort of point of contact? I don't want to say a secretary or some sort of representative. That's the word I was looking for. Representative.
The drow does actually seem to understand perfectly what it is that you are asking for, and he just goes, if you wish to have talks with people who are representatives of the Sanctum, I can direct you to the Southern Keep. That is where they currently are holding all higher authority figures of the Sanctum, and it's also where they have their head liaisons between the Sanctum proper and the palace itself. So if you wish to make contact with them, I can escort you to the Southern Keep.
If you wouldn't mind escorting me and my entourage, that'd be terrific.
I assume your entourage are these Greyblade folks here among you?
Yeah, absolutely, sir.
Very well. Follow me. He snaps his fingers 3 times, and like a human, a dwarf, and a gnome walk up to you guys after walking into a bar.
Sorry.
Marcus actually puts his hand up as if he's about to mimic the snapping thing. He's like,
"What business do a man, a gnome, and a dwarf have here?"
Oh shit. He gives some. He instructs the 3 guards to escort the dear. I do apologize. What was your name again, sir?
Count Marcus Adamar.
If you would be so kind as to escort the dear Count Adamar and his entourage to the Southern Keep to speak with representatives of the Sanctum, if you will. All 3 guards salute, and then they all look to Count Marcus and everyone else, and they signal you all to follow the 3 of them.
I look over at.
All right.
I look over at. Sorry. I look over at Mistral and I say, "I'm going to need you to turn on the charm for this one."
Following the leader, the leader.
Okay.
Go.
Marcus will, when the guards are around, Marcus will glance over towards Atarax and Eden and just kind of tip his finger towards his eye and then just nods signaling, just keep an eye out, get our bearings.
All right.
Keep an eye out for everybody.
As you guys are led through you're both still on the ground level of the palace. You haven't walked up or down any stairs or whatnot. The architecture remains basically the same, very Baroque, pre-French Revolution kind of style here. Just it's so gaudy, reds, golds, paintings, sculptures. It is very, very shiny in here. Very, very shiny. You do pass by a bunch of other nobles. You see a bunch of other guards. You don't really hear anything regarding the king himself or that of the Sanctum beyond just general stuff that would be common knowledge at this point. Just the Sanctum are here. They're doing their business. Blah blah blah. All that stuff. You are then taken into a marble hallway that takes you into the interior of a very large tower. You are now all in the Southern Keep. I'm not going to have any of you do a perception check on this one because it's going to be obvious for all of you guys. The inside of the Southern Keep looks like it has just recently been renovated and is just in the final stages of its remodeling. There's many different platforms that have been erected with many stairs and ladders that just kind of climb up the interior of the sides of the keep itself. Some of them are tiny little rooms. Some of them are open rooms that are just basically open air platforms. And all over, you see in all manner of races wearing all the same kind of purple and black robes. They all seem to be reading books. They're all tinkering with little magical runes. Some of them have apothecary supplies, and they're kind of doing their own thing. From what you
They're Jedi.
I'm sorry?
They're Jedi.
Yeah, this kind of looks like the inside of the Jedi Temple if it was just a slightly bit more macabre. from what you can tell, there is it just looks like an glorified like wizard's laboratory in here. The three guards, Tom, Dick, and Harry, they all, upon finally escorting you into the southern keep, all three of them give you like a short bow, turn 180, and they exit the keep.
And I quietly say to myself, "Oh God, I can't deal with another cult."
He nods over to Atarax. And he's gonna tap his temple. Basically hand signaling to Atarax, like, if you have any sort of sense magic, anything ability or something like that, or sense something, go for it.
I can do an Arcana check. I have +4.
Well, I was gonna say I can. You can pick. I can detect magic, or I can detect.
Oh, I didn't know.
Extraplanar entities, essentially.
Marcus is actually gonna kind of like step to the point where he's almost directly in front of Atarax, so he's obscuring the view of everyone else from Atarax, and he nods like detect magic. Go for it, because that way he's trying to hide.
First level.
Yep, he's basically hiding the fact that Atarax is casting the spell.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Atarax, detect magic. You said first level.
Yep.
And is that something you have to roll?
No, it's a concentration spell.
It's an automatic.
Okay, awesome. So here's actually what we're going to do. I will, however, Atarax, unfortunately, have to make you roll a stealth check to see if you're able to pull this off without being seen. But because Count Marcus is...
with the
oh yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Because Count Marcus is giving you cover, you do a stealth check with advantage. Hopefully this will be like the time when you tried to sneak up on the Priests of Nord and you got a nat 20, even though you are wearing full plate armor and they still didn't hear you coming.
So he's a 3C thick.
Well, yeah. So actually, I've got disadvantage as well. So
then this is just going to be a straight roll.
Come on.
+4 though. +4. Oof. 22.
You're welcome. I picked out that dice.
All right. Atarax, no one at all seems to notice you. Just quickly kind of say a couple words, wave your hands, and you cast Detect Magic. From what you can sense, this entire southern keep lights up like a beacon all around you. It honestly comes to no surprise that being in the middle of a room filled with sorcerers and wizards, of course casting Detect Magic would be like turning on what it basically is like is you've turned on all of the lights in an enclosed room while you're wearing night vision goggles. It is uncomfortable, but you are able to get a good sense still of everything around you. You sense all manner of schools of magic all around you. Evocation, enchantment. You actually... One of the more prevalent kinds of magic that you sense in here is necromancy.
Oh.
I knew it. At that point, Marcus is actually going to, while he's covering, he's going to pop his Divine Sense.
Divine Sense, all right.
So, as an action, you can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
All right.
I can do this 4 times for a long rest.
Okay, give me just a moment here. All right, so you cast... So, okay, what is the name of the spell again?
It's a paladin ability known as Divine Sense.
Divine Sense. Okay. Okay, so by activating your ability, you actually don't sense any divine beings in this room. You do sense what might be traces. Like, if something was here, it certainly, like, has been here and left some very faint evidence. But because of just how scant and minor it is, you actually can't tell who or what was here that had any kind of divine presence. All that you know is that something was indeed here. But whatever they may be, they are not present here right now.
Let me ask, would Marcus be able to tell a type? Would he tell if it's, because the divine sense is specifically celestial, fiend, and undead. Could he tell type?
Unfortunately, no. He cannot tell type.
You just said there was something here. Okay.
But there was indeed something here. That is all that you were able to sense. So there was something divine in this room. That's all you can gather. Whatever was here has like moved on to a different spot.
Interesting. He looks over his shoulder towards Atarax. What are you feeling, brother?
This room is lighting up like a pagan tree. It is.
What's the most prevalent light?
Well, that corner over there. I'm getting some necromantic vibes, but you know that's doesn't necessarily mean it's evil. I mean, I've dabbled in necromancy only with revival spells, but I can't tell what this is.
So
I should have brought Sterling.
he kind of looks at the entourage. So we're in the middle of a magic epicenter. Remember that. Are we just kind of waiting for a liaison to come to us? We're kind of sort of in like a holding area. Or...
Actually, as you guys are wondering that, this small gnome in like giant goggle glasses, wearing the same purple and red robes, kind of waddles up to you, holding a large book in his hand. He just goes, "Ah, hello there, friends. How can we help you out?"
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello, friend.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Count Marcus Adamar of Rochester.
Ah, Count Marcus, pleasure to meet you. And he kind of fiddles with his hands a bit, and he uses an evocation spell to basically airbend like a stream of air out from the bottom of his feet, and now he's eye level with you, and he shakes your hand.
Aww.
Then he cancels it out, and he slowly flutters back down.
So, I have some possible business. I have outside of typical mercenary work, I am my own freelance slayer, distinguished specifically for works of mass undead, fiend level activity. I have since hired a bit of Grey Blades as a retainer entourage. Those not only for bodyguard purposes, but city guides, since they're actually the locals here, and I completely
I assume everyone here is Grey Blades here with you.
Indeed, we are.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. We here at the Sanctum have been great admirers of all of your work, and it just makes us so happy that the king himself has deigned to give us an opportunity to work side by side with all of you. We're very excited about this.
Can we all roll insight?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do I buy this?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll insight on this guy.
Everybody does?
Yeah, you can all if you want.
Anybody who's listening, yes, can we all do this?
I got an 18.
So did I.
Okay, don't tell me your rolls. Don't tell me your rolls.
All right.
Sorry, hun.
Oh.
11.
Did insight check?
Insight, yes.
11.
Oh.
Whoa!
Nice.
That's a dragon's breath rounds right there.
Yeah.
Rough weapon, motherfucker.
Hey, that bird brought to you by Chocopies from South Korea.
Play of the game.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, whoa!
There we go.
My screen blinked for a moment. 10. All right. Those of you who rolled above a 10 or 10 and above.
I was rating the burp.
Oh, the rating the burp. Well, still, those of you who rolled a 10 or above, whoever this little gnome guy is, he's being legit. He actually is very happy to see you guys.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. I kind of go down to his level and I say, "Are you part of the Sanctum as well?"
Indeed I am, though I am only just a lower level acolyte. I work over there in the necromancy section. Oh, and I do apologize. I'm rambling right now. You said that you wish to conscript our assistants with something. Isn't that right?
Very possible, very possible. I want to do more of an interview process first, kind of assess my options. Instead of having to put my requests on the board like it usually is, I decided to stick the bull by the horns. Hey, it's my money. I do what I want. But
For the rules, I have money.
Whatever.
I want to interview you guys directly, see what you guys are kind of about. The Great Blades have this more public reputation than Sanctum, though looking like you're a bunch of capable bunch. Don't have a lot of past records, so I just want to take it from the horse's mouth.
Yes, that is very true. We, the Sanctum, have only just recently started to become a little bit more outspoken about our efforts. While we definitely do appreciate the Grey Blades for all of their hard work and dedication for protecting us, the higher ups of the Sanctum decided that it might be time for us to try and stand out on our own, give the people some options on who it is that they want to have protecting them. And the Sanctum, well, they gave us a chance, and the King gave us a chance now as well. We're all just excited to be able to actually do stuff. Typically, we just been, like, standing around, studying tomes and runes and such. It gets boring after a while.
I can imagine. Don't tell me you haven't come across any interesting reading as of late, have you?
Oh, indeed we have. In fact, we're working on something right now. Here, come, let me show you. And he pulls you all over to the necromancy section that he actually walked away from. And it goes like, and he's telling like a bunch of the other acolytes in the section. It goes like, oh, everyone, back away. We have guests. Come on, let's show them the thing that we've discovered here. And this guy then hops up onto a chair, and before him is a table. Now, on this table is what looks like something underneath a black cloak. You do hear like scratching and squealing noises inside of it. He then whips off the cloak, and before your eyes is a rat. It's a normal rat. It's not like a dire rat or anything, but like all creatures, white eyes, black tear stains, whole shebang.
Oh god.
As soon as he pulls off the cloak, all of the other acolytes are like, ah! The little gnome fellow is like, come on, we can do this. We've been practicing hard. It's time to give it another go. He then takes out from underneath his cloak a knife, and he, like, stabs the rat once, and it, like, falls dead.
Cool! That's great.
So, is this the trick?
Oh, no. Sorry. We needed to prepare it first. Come on, everyone. Like we rehearsed. The other acolytes now, like, clearly nervous about them. You hear them one of them say, like, it's been 14 times already, dude. We're not going to get this right so quickly. All of them stand around the table in a circle. The little gnome fellow on the chair looks back at Count Marcus, and everyone just goes, you guys might want to take just a small step backward.
I take a huge step back.
I do as well.
I'm taking all the steps back.
As Marcus takes a step back, who's within arm's reach of him?
In terms of
Just
your
within the
party
party.
or the wizards?
Yeah, within the party.
You know what? I retract stepping backwards. I decide that I'm going to try to be brave and actually get up close for this.
Right.
Marcus actually takes a step back, actually not shoves, but gently nudges Polo a little bit to his front.
I am planting the talent field.
All right. Before your eyes, the gnome and the other acolytes start chanting a spell, and you see both their eyes and their hands start to glow like a bright purple radiance. Now, Atarax, because your magical sense is still kind of going off at this point, you never technically canceled it because it's a concentration spell. Right now, your magical sense for necromancy is blaring right now. It's almost kind of drowning out all of the other magical senses because now they're actually using necromancy live right in front of you. So, of course, a magic live show is going to set off your signals a bit more. Marcus, unfortunately, because your Divine Sense is still kind of activated right now, it's only been like a couple seconds.
Yep.
While you do still not sense any actual divine beings in the immediate vicinity, you now do sense that whatever magical traces you find from whatever divine being was here, they give off a very slightly similar signature to the necromantic spell that these acolytes are doing right now before your eyes.
So he's gonna wait. Marcus is gonna wait till they see what the result of the necromantic spell is before he pinpoints something more specific with his divine sense.
All right. Now, they continue chanting their spell, and you see what looks like purple mist come out of their hands and flow into the rat corpse.
Parapolese!
Nothing happens for a couple moments, but then very slowly, the body of the rat starts to twitch a moment. It twitches more and starts to shake, and then in a not very pleasant squeaky noise, it lets in a sharp inhale, and the rat slowly stands back up. The wound from that stabbing of the gnome's knife is still there. It is not healed, but it stopped bleeding.
Let me ask.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. And in place of white eyes, you now see glowing purple eyes, the exact same shade of purple light that came out of their eyes and their hands when they were chanting.
Oh, I don't like that.
Let me
Good.
ask. Is
Now
the rat undead? Because that's what his divine sense would pinpoint.
Yes, the rat is very much undead. The gnome, then, looking very excited right now, just kind of looks over at you guys and he just goes, "Watch this." And he opens the cage. And he...
Bro! No!
And then, despite all its rage, it's still just a rat in a cage.
A rat in a cage.
Oh, I enjoy that.
We're about to die now. Congratulations. We pissed off the DM.
The entire keep collapses.
Sorry,
You all die.
Thank you everyone. Watching Song of the Wilds. Good night.
That was a great campaign of Song of the Wilds. You guys are
You
great.
all have been a wonderful campaign. Okay.
Okay. The rat, not very sluggishly, but not like it's any kind of a rage, just kind of casually just strolls out of the bag. The gnome turns back at you guys. Okay, watch this. Turns back to the right. All right. Stand up on your hind legs. The rat stands up on its hind legs. All right.
Oh.
Now stand up on your front legs. The rat gets on its front legs and does like a headstand. All right. Now do a flip. The rat does a flip. And right now, as it's doing like this little circus display, all of the other acolytes in the section are like, "Oh my god, it worked! It's working!" And then you see the rat starts to twitch and squeal, and then the rat explodes.
Oh.
You guys like, come on,
Thank God I shoved Polo right up front.
Yeah, and I say now I know what it's like to feel like a room with Arios and Davina in it.
Oh!
I shake my head at Polo, and I'm like, you don't even know.
Now that being said, though, Polo, you have black blood on you.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, no.
Shit.
And yet you don't feel enraged.
Huh.
Interesting.
Polo, how do you feel?
I feel fine.
And Marcus
That's...
put like gently kind of gets back up in front again and be like, something goes wrong, something don't feel right.
That's
Here we go.
interesting. Why don't you feel
I look at the gnome, who I forgot his name.
Yeah, the gnome is covered in rat guts right now. He is not. He is
He's
not
like,
looking happy.
Isn't this awesome?
No, he's the exact opposite. He's angry right now because he's
Oh,
like,
okay.
God damn it, another failure. Okay, we'll have to catch another rat somewhere.
And so I look at them and I basically say, that black ooze, do you know what that was?
Ah, you're referring to the black blood that seemingly all sentient creatures have in this world. Quite frankly, we haven't the foggiest. But whatever it is, I can tell you this. In all of our studies, in all of our examinations, and we've unfortunately had to, imprison a few people because they touched the tar blood before we could complete these experiments here. From what we can tell you, whatever is in these creatures, it's not blood.
And
Then
this
what is it?
purple haze.
Oh, that's just our spell. That's our spell to be able to bring them back as undead. You see, when they're undead, well, the plan, apparently, that we were ordered to, is to use our necromancy magic to kill the creatures, but then bring them back as our own soldiers, and have them fight the monsters for us. And then when they're dead, we'll use the necromancy on them to make even more soldiers. We'll have an ever-rising army to stem the tide of nature.
But what happens when all the animals are dead?
Well, then hopefully we'll have some peace then.
So your goal is to just go through all of the monsters until they kill each other.
Well, at least until they somehow get the image that get the picture that we can't be stopped, and maybe they'll leave us alone.
What was his name again?
That's a very flawed plan.
He never gave his name. That's on me. But we'll say this guy's name's Gregory.
No, I can find out a character.
Gregory.
Master Wizard. Who's your name again?
Gregory, sir.
Gregory, Master Gregory.
Acolyte Gregory. I am no master.
Acolyte Gregory. Acolyte Gregory. The power seems very impressive. Was the study under the command of a higher acolyte?
Well, yes, it was actually ordered to be the main project of our necromancy sector by, and I feel horrible, but did anyone happen to catch the name that I gave for the Grand Master of the Sanctum? It should have been
Leah's gone.
I have it. Yeah, Leah's computer was acting weird. Alasoon.
Alasoon.
Yeah, because it was
Alasoon.
it was close enough to the king.
Wait, then who did I have as the High Priest of the Church of Nord?
I have that as well. Let me see.
No. Malakan was
Malakan.
was
I knew it wasn't Alasoon. Okay. Oh, that would be Grandmaster Alakan. He heads the necromancy section of the Sanctum. He was the one who actually recommended that this be the first and foremost study for our order.
How far are you on in this research?
Unfortunately, and he just kind of looks back at the now ruined table that they're still like slowly scrubbing off, and they're like, honestly, not that far. We know what to do, it's just the how to do it that we're still trying to figure it out, because apparently when you try to use any kind of necromancy magic on whatever the black blood is, it seems to almost like taken all that energy into just like one big moment, as you can see from the explosion. But then after that, it just becomes inert.
So you're not able to sustain a necromantic life after it became.
The best we can do is try to sustain it for a few minutes at most. I mean, this was a fluke. Typically, we can have a creature last about like 5 minutes before it goes boom like that. Rats have always been a weird one for us, but we're still trying.
I have another question, Mr. Gregory.
Yes, Master.
So they have to be dead for the purple haze to work?
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, the purple haze is nothing special. I mean, that's just what necromancy looks like. But yeah, in order for necromancy to work, I mean, they have to be dead to begin with to make them undead.
Right, but what I'm getting at is that the black ooze doesn't affect them when they're dead.
As best as we can tell, whatever this black ooze is, it only really seems to care about them. I mean, we honestly don't know what this black ooze is right now, but from what we can tell, if a creature's dead, whatever makes them how they are leaves them.
Have you considered comparing notes with the Greyblades? We have quite a bit of experience on the field with these black ooze things, from what I'm told.
That is definitely on our to-do list, yes, but can only be someone by slightly higher up in the ladder than us. We've just been ordered to just continue these experiments until we can find something out. If you want to actually find out who is sent to actually speak with the Greyblades,
that was actually my next step. That was actually the.
I was about to suggest this to you, Count Marcus and Lady.
And he's just like looking both between like Polo and Count Marcus, like
Pardon me, Master Garland's not only my head bodyguard, my head of the guard, but he's also my very trusted advisor. So most of the things he thinks, I've been thinking. But point being, yeah, probably my next step in my interview process would be to talk to the liaison between the Greyblades and Sanctum. Seeing as I got some Greyblades on me right now.
That would be Grand Acolyte Kynan. Grand Acolyte Kynan, he is our liaison who acts between the necromancy section of the Sanctum and also the Sanctum as a whole. And he is the one along with his 3 assistants. They're the ones who go to the Sanctum, collect information, give information as well. And they're also the ones that requisition the various missions.
Interesting.
Yes, it's through these missions that we're able to gather our test subjects.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good. You got a pretty good setup here, don't you?
Well, we do. Well, we work with what we can. Again, we're all just lower levels here. The higher levels ones, they're not even. I mean, the higher level ones, they're way up top in the palace. And then, not to mention, even the higher ups, they're still back at where the organization still is.
So you're telling me, just in the hierarchy of things, you got your level, you got a higher level, you got a higher level, and then you got home base.
Precisely.
It's like Scientology.
Where is your home base?
He takes like a drink of water because I need a second to think.
By the way, Leah, I sent you a DM.
Man, everyone's sliding into Leah's DMs tonight.
I sent it to her a while ago. She just never looked at it.
Yeah, geez, Leah.
Oh, I wasn't trying to call her out or anything. Calm the hell down. I just wanted to make sure she got
I'm
it.
perfectly calm.
I think Evan, you're cut off on the apple juice.
Grape juice.
Grape juice.
Whatever. It's some kind of fruit. No more.
Back up off of her. She's fine.
She's her own person.
Home base. That would be in the city of Tristram.
Wait, what is it called?
Tristram, and I am totally stealing a name from Diablo right there. I apologize.
I'll go get old Joe.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna need you to spell that because I have no idea where to even.
Okay, Trim.
Tristan Taylor.
Prism.
This town gives me super strength.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
In another few hours, the sun will rise.
I forgot about that.
Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait. Master Gregory, if you could give me like 1 second with my entourage for a moment.
Before I do, Count Marcus, if you could roll me a history check.
Yeah, no. That would be a 9 plus
history.
7,
Yeah, history.
92, 8.
Yeah, you have no clue where Tristram is.
Yeah. I would actually need to find a map. Okay. Greg, if you give me, if I could just have 1 second with my advisory board for a moment.
Oh yeah, please go ahead. It's gonna take us a moment to clean up this mess.
All right, perfect. He looks over towards Eden, Atarax, Mistral, Arios. Guys, I know 3 of us have been talking a lot, but what are your thoughts?
My next thought is I guess we need to contact old Joe.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I say. I mean, old Joe knows where everything is. So.
Yep.
What do you, Eden? Anything?
I mean, we might as well go over to their headquarters since they seem to know more. But
Good.
I would be cautious.
Sounds like a freaking faraway land. I almost want to say, should we just start interviewing up the chain? And if we come across, if we hit a wall, then we know something's up.
The
We
problem
gotta hit a
is,
wall eventually. These guys sounded way too enthusiastic to show us what they're doing.
yes, but the problem is interviewing up the chain, we're gonna get hit red tape.
Yeah. But
I
if we
almost wanna
go
see the
straight
red
to the
tape.
base, Count Marcus, then we just will probably find out what we're looking for.
Do you guys have faith that the group of us can handle ourselves in their home turf?
I think
Come on, they're in ours right now.
Easily.
we've handled ourselves much other places. Sure,
We've
sure.
handled
I
ourselves
myself
pretty
can fly
darn
off the
well.
handle every now and then, but
I wouldn't
we're
know
also
anything.
pretty good in a pinch.
I wouldn't know anything about that. I think that's more your wheelhouse. You'll see. No, Davina, I could tell you are an imposing figure on the battlefield. But why don't we will know the location of the base, but we'll know the city or where the base is located. We won't know the location of it unless we go there and start poking around.
That is certainly one way of doing it. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be really hard. Okay. To get the real vibe of this group, we are not going to get with this guy. This guy looks way too. He believes its own hype. It's an acolyte. It's harmless.
Well, then, great. Does anybody around here look miserable enough to give us some information?
Honestly, and I'm really sorry. I know you guys wanted this to be as low key as possible, or is there somebody that we can pull into a room to interrogate?
Let's go with.
I'm actually.
Let's go, and then if that doesn't work, we'll go with Davina's plan.
Yeah, I'm still not.
Let's not pull the hostile card yet.
To answer Mistral's question, Mistral, if you could roll me a perception check.
Davina, I like the plan, but I'd rather have it be somebody higher up on the chain and somebody in our turf.
I get that.
16.
15.
15.
All right, that just barely makes it. You do, as you kind of glance around, the other necromancy acolytes with Gregory, they all seem kind of miserable, but that seems to be more of they're miserable having to clean up another dead rat, not over their general situation. As you kind of look around the entire area, and you see all of these different sections, both on the ground level, high and low, kind of doing their own thing. Mistral, you do spot someone. This guy seems to be an Arakakwa, and he's got his wings coming out through his robe. Specifically, he looks like a parrot Arakakwa, and he doesn't actually seem to be part of any of the groups that are doing low-level magic experimentation. He seems to be making the rounds around the different sections, and he has what looks like a clipboard with him, and he's like making observations and taking notes and such. And you do see that his robe, very subtly, looks just a little bit more detailed than all of the other acolytes in this room.
You know, I don't want to read too much into it, but I think we might want to go talk to that guy over there, and I just point in the general
Mistral,
direction.
you feeling it? Do you got the people skills? You want to go for that?
Oh God!
I think I've been yapping way too much today. I think it might be your show now.
You do have the highest charisma.
Speaking both as Troy and as Marcus.
What are you got this?
can I just have your top 3 things you really, really want to know?
The top 3 things.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go in blind. If I go in blind, I'm coming back with nothing.
That's true.
Yo, what's up, guys? This week we're looking at the top 3 things.
Okay. Oh boy.
I'm writing them down.
That's a hard. That's
Like
we want to know when they're gonna make the bigger necromantic move. Basically, like right now, it looks like they're in research phase. We want to know exactly when they hit the next step, when they hit a pivotal moment. Because right now they're harmless. We want to be right on top of it if something big is going down.
Mm-hmm.
We want an informant. That's what we're hoping for, is to get an informant. Get a snitch. Make a snitch out of this. If they have any intention of maneuvering against the king or the Greyblades, we want in on that.
No, they're probably not going to give that away.
I was gonna say, you might want to be careful on mentioning something about that.
True.
I have an addition.
Sure.
Yes.
Who started this project?
Who started this project? There
That
you
might
go.
be, put that on the top. That's probably the easiest information to get.
Yes. Okay.
So
It would be nice to have a snitch, but I don't know if we're gonna get a snitch today. At least at the very least.
We'll see. You know, I'm gonna
some background info.
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
I mean, Mistral, you do have a charming spell, don't you?
She's got the highest charisma of any of us.
I do. I have a high charisma. I have a lot of high stuff, as you know.
As a high elf.
I would say don't bust out the spells yet, because if they detect it or if you botch it.
Well, she doesn't even need to use a spell. She's just got really high charisma.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. So before I head over, I'm just gonna grab Arios and be like, just come with me.
I need a wingman.
You'll understand. And I start heading over.
Come on, nice man. You can be my wingman anytime.
I start heading over.
Bullshit. You can be mine.
No, you say. You can be mine. All right. So Mistral and Arios, you both walk up to this clipboard parrot Arakakwa, who's continuing to scribble down like notes, making observations. He does kind of see you out of the corner of his eye. Well, not out of the corner of his eye, at his eye, because as a parrot, he's got eyes on like the sides of his head. And he just kind of like looks over to you like, "Oh, visitors! How may we help you?"
And can you help me?
Sorry
Sorry
to interrupt. While Mistral and Arios do that, could Marcus bullshit more with Gregory to distract him? Just try to keep him out of sight, just in case.
You actually really don't need to do that. They are distracted enough just trying to clean up the mess on the table. They're still trying to get through all the guts, which have like long already encrusted.
Okay. Oh, side note. He's gonna, just in case that freaking black blood shit affects Polo in some bad way, I'm just gonna give a cautionary lay on hands.
All right, not a
That's
problem.
fine.
So Polo, you got to lay on hands. You feel very spry right now.
Yeah! Look at how spry I am.
Insurance!
Meanwhile, Mistral, Arios, you walk up to the crazed-sounding parrot man, and he asks you what he can do to help you out.
Are there? He's sitting at a table, right?
No,
Like,
he's
there's a table, or is he
standing
just
up. All three of you are standing up. He was walking around this entire time.
So I still have Arios' hand, and I like kind of like position them on one side of this parrot, and I position myself up, like I walk around him, and I'm just like, oh, you know, we were visiting, and we just have a few questions, and you know, maybe to learn more about you guys. You know, we've just been informed about you. I'm very new to you and your existence. I just want to know more.
Oh, what is it that you wish to know?
You know, my friend here is from very far away.
Far, far away.
And you know,
Long time ago.
a long time ago, we met, but now we're very good friends, and we were just watching the little performance that you guys have been doing of your necromancy thing with these dark black creatures. Who started this? This is so interesting.
Oh, if you wish to know, that would be Grandmaster Malakon. He is the Grandmaster of the Sanctum itself. He was the one who suggested that we finally take this chance to, come out into the open, make ourselves known to the king, put our foot through the door, as you might say. He was the one who suggested the first batch of experiments so that we might be more useful to His Majesty.
Yeah, that's not a red flag.
Nope.
Another fanatical. Might want to bail on the snitch tactic because I don't think we're not gonna get snitched on this.
And is there any particular reason why you guys wanted to team up with us?
Well, we have the magic. You, the Greyblades, have the resources.
Let's make lots of money.
Let's make lots of money. Seems pretty obvious to us.
You know, we were informed by one of our lovely receptionists that you guys have been graciously taking half of our request. You know, we were just wondering if you know if the completionist that you have, what's your completion rate so far?
We are more than happy to say to you that our completion rate is 100%. We have been successfully able to complete any and all missions that we have. Although, the only ones we take are the ones that have us actively trying to kill a thing, or many things.
Is Davina with them, or was there only
Yeah, how many of us could hear this?
I only grabbed.
No, it's just Arios and
You
Mistral.
you honestly can't hear this. You can try to make a perception check, but the DC
I'm
is
gonna
going to be
make a
pretty high.
perception check.
I guess
But
I
you
will.
can wait
I'll do
until
it
we
too.
get back, cause we'll tell
Yeah,
y'all.
we'll just-
but
Got
you
a
know.
3!
You know what?
We'll just repeat
You
the
know what? I'll just
information.
wait for you guys to tell me this. So.
The reason I was slightly metaing this, I was trying to scream into my Zoom. Insight check.
I
The
got a
100%
3.
completion.
I got a 3. If it's an insight, it's a 4.
I'm not even bothering. I'm just gonna.
I don't think you got
You
it.
guys hear nothing. This is a very small conversation between the parrot and the girls.
Hey guys, I think I know who the final boss of this arc is.
You mean girl and boy? Because Arios is a guy.
Yes,
He's gender fluid. He was awesome in a dress.
He does he did look
Um,
better than me and Mistral in a dress.
And this was like a Victorian dress. Like
That's
Arios
pretty rad.
rocked that.
There aren't enough pronouns in the dictionary for Arios.
Leah, you're giving me
Arios
flashbacks
is
of
a
different
pronoun.
campaigns.
Is a pronoun. It's Arios is the pronoun.
Arios, the strive for
Arios
being
is taking
Arios.
down those gender archetypes one at a time.
All right. Anyways.
Mistral, what you got?
Well, so I might have a question here. So, as far as like any of these missions go, I know you were saying that you guys were wanting to take on the ones that will have you fighting, beasties and all. Are there any of them that have had you fighting like larger creatures? Or are they mostly small ones for now?
Make a persuasion check. Actually, make a persuasion check with advantage because Mistral's with you.
Well, okay, I'm glad you gave advantage. And that second roll was a nat 20.
Woo!
Oh.
This guy seems pretty damn calm to be talking with you. He just simply goes, well, right now, the only missions that we've been taking have been ones where we don't bite off more than we can chew. Rats, maybe some wolves, Definitely in that size range, maybe the occasional wild forest bear and such. We don't consider ourselves experienced enough to go after anything bigger than that right now, but we're working on it.
And how often out of those missions, when you're able to kill those creatures, are you able to successfully bring them back?
Now that right there is... Now that right there is the tricky question. So far, all of our experiments have been, well, glances at the messy table. They haven't exactly panned out, but we are getting close. We just need to study more about the anatomy of these creatures and what happened to them, and what exactly this black blood is.
I just have a few final thoughts and questions for you. How far out do you guys travel? Like, are you all over the lands, or just around where we are now, or?
We find ourselves going in all manner of directions outside of Acheron. I mean, we have airships as well.
Mm-hmm. And on another note, God, what was the question? I literally had a question. Whatever. I forgot. It was a very good question, and I forgot. So I'm going back to my list of questions I wrote down.
I hate when that happens.
So anyway.
Dump any ones that try to make him a snitch. I don't think he's gonna become a snitch.
No, I think he'll be a snitch. So as far as your necromancy magic is concerned, what are you seeing to gain from this, or what are your next steps? From what we just saw, you could barely have something alive, undead, I should say, for more than 5 minutes, but is there something more you're trying to achieve?
We just want to be able to survive, and if that requires creating an undead army of the very monsters that we feared, so be it.
Alright. Do you suggest any? I mean, we also would like to get educated on these creatures as well. Our team is very well advanced. Whatever. We want to see more of these creatures. Do you suggest any land that we should go to observe or capture some of these?
To be quite honest, I can't think of anything, though. If you were to head over to, let me see. Next liaisons should be returning from the Greyblades headquarters sometime soon with a new stack of missions. You're welcome to shift through those and see if anything pique your fancy.
Well, unless, Arios, you have any other concerns today, I mean, you have been a wonderful help.
Yeah, I would agree. My only question, just because we're wanting to get as much information for us to be able to help you guys as much as possible, how hard would it be to get a meeting with the leader of Sanctum?
Malakon?
Yes!
Unfortunately, it's going to be quite difficult now that he's basically tied to the hip to the king himself. I mean, I can definitely see if I can try to put a word in, just try to let him know that now that we're out in the open, the public wishes to speak with Master Malakon, but...
Is he familiar with the Balmaris family?
You're not here,
You're not there.
No, okay, sorry.
You could ask that.
That is good. So, I mean, just by chance, we do have a Balmaris in our group, who I know would be very beneficial for all of us to be able to work together for, resourcing out, everything for our two groups to be able to work together.
Balmaris. Am I supposed to know who that is?
Oh! Carly, you're gonna need an ice pack for that one.
Ooh, I think that was a burn.
Your name don't mean shit.
Oh.
Not all the time.
That was a
Lost
mic drop
my
for you. I think
power.
you guys might just want to pull out right now.
You have no power here.
Pick on before someone drops a house on you.
Like, oh, hold on.
Wah, wah.
Well then, final thoughts, I guess, for me. How long have you been with them?
Myself with the Sanctum?
Yes.
Quite a few years, actually. I mean, I've only been recently promoted to be an overseer for all of the different schools of magic that we study here. I was once an acolyte myself. Study and practice takes many, many years.
Mm-hmm. So, just only a few years.
Only a few years, like 2, maybe 3. Sometimes it's hard to tell sometimes.
Okay, well, thank you again. We're just gonna go back over with our group. You've been wonderful.
All right. And I certainly do hope that you have been writing all of this down, people who have been paying attention. Because we will be ending our session right here after that interrogation.
Ah, crap.
I mean, it's not like this is recorded or something where we can just, if we have to.
It ain't video on demand. You kidding me? Come on, man.
What is this?
Wow, this is okay. So this is fun. Grand Acolyte Kanyan would be our next one up. That's a liaison between the Sanctum and the Grey Blades. They're sanctioned in the city of Tristan, Diablo, and basically Malakon is attached to the King's Hip right now. So we're gonna have to pull a lot of cards out our ass to get the audience.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Did I miss anything?
I don't even know who the Belmarises are. Like, I have no power here.
Wait, guys, hold on.
Yeah, we have
Atarax
a
wants
hand
to say
raised.
something.
Quick DM question. So I can know this going to next session.
Yes?
Is necromancy like you don't fucking do that magic? Is it like sanctioned only under something? Is it like super taboo?
Necromancy is seen as just another school of magic, just like evocation and conjuration and all that. Necromancy just in this world has a bad rap because it deals with, I mean, especially the nobles, they have always given a bad reputation to necromancy because it's like, oh, spooky zombies and skeletons and so very like Halloween, like bad Halloween stereotypes. That's how they see necromancy.
Honestly, I expected Atarax to have a bigger reaction because don't you worship the goddess of life? So isn't that considered like an abomination to you?
Yeah, I'm just sitting back and shutting up because this is not the place to start.
Same freaking Marcus. Marcus is the god of the god of death. That's god of honorable death. He's a vengeance paladin, which basically means fiends, undead, and those. Not necromancy per se, but because of necromancy triggering undead, which we just literally saw as characters. More times than not, Marcus is like, he's gonna hack down on that shit. But both Marcus and Atarax are like,
Atarax is not for this.
oh, this is bad, but this is not the time.
This is bad, boo boo.
We gotta start the top.
This is bad, boo-boo,
That
but
being said, guys,
talk about it later.
that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining us for this session. Like always, our episodes are put up on YouTube, and we might try to pull off another session this coming Sunday. For those of you watching us on Twitch, thank you so much for joining us. We will all let you know when the next stream is going to be. Once again, congratulations to Carly and I for finally getting engaged.
Hey.
And with that, we will see you all later.
See you in 2021, everybody.
See you in 2021.
Woo!
2021!